Hello, welcome, Chapter 1 of Changeling the Dreaming into the Woods. So, welcome. Since there was no final decision on the home base, I haven't changed the picture to something more appropriate. So we're going to keep this one for now. We're going to say that you have been in Germany for like 3 or 4 days. It's enough time to have moved in, to have your bodyguard be familiar with the house you're renting, to have picked out your rooms in general, just like, wash off the dust of the road and chill. You have had like a brief encounter with the local changelings, but it was on the level of, okay, you're here. You should let the local freehold know that you're here. Like, soonish. And other than that, you're free to proceed, really. You do have, like, a way to reach the freehold. Essentially, you were left, like, a phone number and, like, go to this edge of Baden-Baden and, like, call this and a guide will show up and lead you in.
Oh, they don't trust us with directions.
You're a noble, like, that's a tough sell, like, and then you get lost. France sends a note to the ambassador. Like, the ambassador tells that the nobles need a kick in the groin to remind them of their place, and it's a whole thing.
Understandable.
So we're gonna say that, like, as we pick up, it's something like 11:30. I don't know, Bacon, if your character prepares breakfast for these.
Yes.
Okay, so breakfast is ready. The nobles are looking at the early morning sun of 11:30, ready for productive day, contemplating whether they should get up bright and early or whether another half hour is more appropriate.
It's pretty much what I was feeling earlier at 11:40.
But there is the enticing smell of bacon creeping in through the door.
I guess that's a wake-up call. It's time. We must fulfill our duty and eat breakfast.
Okay. See, pull yourself out of your bed. Lament the lack of someone to help you get dressed.
I think there's some misunderstanding. Why would there be bacon smell? We are French. The breakfast is a cup of coffee and a cigarette.
Okay, so there's the enticing smell of coffee from downstairs. And fresh tobacco.
Kind of funny.
Which is, by the way, what Jen Jax is having on the porch. A coffee and a cigarette.
Okay.
Breakfast.
So it's not even coming through the door, you're just sort of wafting it up towards the window.
It would have some French toast. We are in France.
I mean, we aren't in France.
We
No,
are now.
You're in Greater France.
Yeah. Actually, no, we are the right to the Rhine. That's true. That's not France anymore. That's the colonies.
It's the colony. I thought the colonies were down south.
What do French call elbow room? Okay, so presumably one by one you stumble downstairs. Marinette, I'm gonna describe her to you because you have a wonderful constant companion. And we're gonna say that she appears to be out about 16 or 17. Vaguely transparent, but growing more solid as she grows angrier with you. And when she's feeling happy, she looks like a normal teenage girl. When she's feeling unhappy, not necessarily angry, just miserable in general, one side of her face sort of falls in and reveals a cheekbone and eye socket that's been crushed by some blow that probably killed her. The others can't see her, but you always can, as well as the occasional other ghost flitting by.
Morning, Tiki.
This is just like dead stare. She usually just ignores you, but the exceptions are when you are creating something or have created something. And especially when you actually make like an actual piece of clothing, she likes to pretend to be wearing it. Like she'll drift inside a mannequin or whatever you have it draped on and for a moment try to look better than the half-burnt remnants of whatever dress she was wearing on some fateful day in the past. And if you don't give her the chance to look pretty for too long, she starts messing with you, of course. But, well, probably Marinette shows up first because they're nobles and they're getting dressed on their own, no less. But in about another half hour after the meal is served, eventually everyone gathers downstairs and you may discuss how you wish to proceed among yourselves. You have the leads we discussed, like in the, session 0, and you have like about a good SUV trunks or maybe even half a van's worth of writings. Sort of, moved to this house. None of it is digital. Some of it is like, photocopies of older stuff or photographs of like stone tablets and the like, and some of it is just straight up books.
So, now, how do I approach this today?
No, I can't do an accent that early in the morning, sorry.
It's okay, we forgive you, don't.
Well, I think it's time for us to just introduce ourselves to the locals.
Yeah. But other than that, like, do we want to, like, how brash do we want to be? Like, we need to establish ourselves. This is our first contact. We need to like think about what impression we want to give off.
For the sake of clarity for the viewers as well as you, if you haven't realized, Neustria and the Confederacy are in a state of Cold War. Effectively, the border is roughly where France and German border is these days, but realistically it's there because that's where the fighting petered out and both sides were exhausted when the Fey originally, or like when the Xi originally returned. Not because, like, both sides are particularly at peace.
Well, you have to bring a polite and mannered view to calm down the inferior Germans. That's what we need to do. We can't be too aggressive. They are barbarian people, and we need to treat them with like treating a small child, you know? Can't be too harsh. We need to speak slowly and be polite.
That seems sensible. Any other thoughts? Well, I guess that's our approach then. Should we bring anything? Is there any customs? Lady Alejandra, do you know by any chance if there's any customs we have to honor?
Can I make a politics roll?
This would be more of an intelligence etiquette roll, actually.
Okay, that's a better dice pool, thank you.
Well, it's rough, given that they're commoners and you're nobles, and you're somehow supposed to show deference while demanding deference from them. Realistically, there's not much that you can offer that won't come across as insulting, because it's too small, or be way in excess of what you're willing or able to offer, right? It's kind of the place where there is very little middle ground. You either give them so much that you're like, buying their affection, which would generally mean probably large amounts of glamour or a treasure or something, right?
Yeah.
Definitely not in the cards. Or,
you buy them some lemon-flavored cakes and be like, this is an appropriate gift to another. Yeah, we went to the supermarket before we came here, Lord Freeholder.
And the commoners, they would be hard to impress without going too far. Especially the ones here who are so full of themselves.
Like, there is one thing they might appreciate. It's essentially if you, approach them in genuine humility, but I figure that's not much worth mentioning.
Yeah, no, it isn't.
Yeah, perhaps we should approach them, with honesty. I'm sure that's a value even commoners can appreciate.
Honesty.
Everyone can find value in their rightful place in the world. We could teach you how.
Yeah, if we don't treat them with too much etiquette, I'm sure they will find it refreshing, almost like meeting another of their own. Maybe we should get them lemon cakes.
Do you think that might be less insulting?
A gift basket, like of soaps and stuff.
That is That is a banality bomb, I'm pretty sure. That's what it's just like, oh, I got you something practical, and it's just soap and deodorant, and they're like, excuse me, what are you trying to say?
We could bring croissants. Nothing's better than croissants. I just need a few hours to bake.
No, the freehold's not running away.
If you want to take longer to prepare for the visit, that's perfectly valid. Like, the invitation didn't specify a time frame. Given that two of you are she and can't botch etiquette, like, within a week or two of arrival, at most, would be good, you know?
No, that's fine. We'll be fashionably late.
Just show up a month later after there's just like people constantly watching your base with just shotguns loaded with coiled iron. They'll make their move soon and we'll be ready.
Oh my god. Okay, the beauty carousel is actually not that bad looking.
We're gonna have to track calendar days by hand at first because I haven't installed the calendar app in the sandbox yet. I forgot, but yeah, this is like day 3 or 4 of you having like first arrived in France. So you have at the very least another 3 days before you should. Before it starts like slowly stretching the soonish idea.
And baking only needed like a few hours. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, this croissant is not impressive. Kadim, you can just hunt one of those monsters around and just give them the head. That should be moderately impressive for them.
That is actually a decent idea.
That is, however, a ways off the camp in question. It's all the way over in, I think it's Rhineland. So it's gonna be well, you have the autobahns, right? So it's like, like a 2-hour drive?
I mean, unlike any local monsters to like hunt.
Not that you necessarily know of. They would probably know in the freehold, but
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, you could stroll down the, center of Stuttgart in the middle of the night. You would probably find a monster or two eventually, or they would find you.
I can call someone to see if I can find any sort of creature that would be huntable.
Alright. Much appreciated. I mean, well, for the hunting trip, who wants to come with? If we have anything. I need to do some preparations, but if we have to do this, then I need to start preparing now.
I will want a intelligence Grimaire roll if you're planning to hunt specifically Chimera in the autumn world.
Okay. Well, Chris, you never released the macros.
Right. I didn't add those either. Type by hand. Fuck you. You have stuff on your sheets. Use that.
I'll import my own macros.
Yeah, I already kind of added mine.
See? No problem.
Okay, I'm gonna use this real life die.
No, fuck you. I need to see it in the chat or it isn't real.
Wow, so they'll trust. I never check like is it intelligence? That weird thingy.
Grimaire.
It's our occult knowledge.
That's all I call knowledge. Where the fuck are you?
It's the fourth from the top.
Oh no,
Are
I
you
mean,
like...
in this in like the roll, the dice pools.
Oh right, you're using the my bad.
Yeah, I never used it before. That's a bit of a
Looking
pain.
at the sheets, by the way, I think Lady Alejandra is the only one who has a decent amount of it. And then,
First.
Oh, not bad.
what do you... Oh,
Wait
yeah,
a
that's pretty
wait a
good.
minute. There's like an occult dice pool, but there's no. Okay, maybe it's not named
Maybe
correctly.
it's named occult, but the label is changed.
Yeah,
Yeah, they probably
probably.
copied this off the vampire sheet.
They
Yeah,
for
it's
sure
occult.
did.
It's a code there.
Yeah, let's see. What do you mean? Oh, an error occurred, so it doesn't actually work. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Oh,
Actually
they copied it, but they never fixed the dice pool selection. So you can't roll Kramer off it. Oh.
Nexi, copy like the generic rolling macro into Discord and I'll add it for everyone, by the way.
Sure.
Grand. But I guess we shouldn't be too surprised if a sheet with a sheet version 0.7.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
and-
been 0.7 for so long.
Yeah, gonna be real here. Like that's not gonna happen.
There we go. Available to everyone. Roll macro should be like, you know, usable.
Yeah. A whole 3 dice. Difficulty 6.
Yes. This is relatively common knowledge. Okay.
Nice one.
Okay, so Redimer, and be real. This idea is great. This is the best idea you've had. And Chimera in the Autumn World tend to be weaker and more vulnerable. So it's easy to gut them out here and you can just present a bloody trophy to the freeholder. Nexi. Yeah, Chimera are weaker in the Autumn World, and their corpses tend to dissolve pretty fucking quickly. If you're in a low banality zone, like genuinely low banality, they might last long enough for you to harvest a little bit of dross off of them, and you might be able to give that. But dragging an actual Chimera corpse is... there's no way. It's gonna be gone within like 30 seconds to a minute at the very most. That being said, you could just, go into the woods, wander around and find a low banality zone and hope to, like, kill the ghost of a deer or something. Or, like, dream of a deer, I should say.
Well, if we go into the woods, we might have a chance, but this area is rather too banality-ridden to track around the corpse.
You kind of think you have to put it in.
Well,
Back of hold.
yeah, you would need to have a portable chimerical space of some kind. Like, Changeling stuff does work that way, but you would effectively need a bag with a chimerical reality, like a chimerical bag.
Well, if we found the draughts that lead to the freeholds, the commoners are owning or something like that, we could transport it, but otherwise I don't see a way.
What if we just give them the draws?
That seems easier to do, yes.
Well, that's still the plan. In any case, who wants to come with?
Baronet nods, an agreement to go.
Alright.
Alright, if the hunt is really happening, let me just call my guy.
Excellent. Well, we still need to cook, but I guess we still have some time, since I need to do some preparations anyways.
Now, in theory, back in France, all the forests would belong to the local lord or to the king. But you're pretty sure you don't need to worry about hunting chimerical animals in these woods because, like, they don't have a local lord to claim ownership.
Exactly. And that is nothing we recognize.
Okay, so your guy, Bacon, what are you looking for?
I will go a bit further, a bit away from them, so I have more privacy to talk. And yeah, I will call my contact for this region, the low-level politician. If there's some chimerical beasts around, he probably know. Or like best locations to get them.
Okay, are you looking for beasts or beasts? Like you're looking for dangerous monsters or good things to hunt?
I can see both, like, and ask what would be the more, would be a finer gift. As I think dangerous ones would be better, right? Rest of the group. That's the agreement.
Good question.
Do you want to die on first session or not?
A
Okay, we are
dangerous
just-
one could hurt you back, a non-dangerous one wouldn't.
Well, yes, we only get the draws, which means we should probably go for the less dangerous one, since we are not actually after the head of the
Okay.
creature.
Okay. So yeah, just location of magical beasts in general. No need to be dangerous ones. Just ones that could be hunted for draws, wherever that is. I don't understand Fey magic.
Okay, so yeah, he is gonna tell you about the location. It is a place that mortal hunters frequent, so you need to be careful to not get shot or be caught on camera acting weird. And he's gonna tell you that you need to go in the daytime because darker dreams these days come out at night and they can be dangerous.
Right, I note down. I will thank him and say that we will probably be meeting in person soon.
And yeah, and he tells you that you know, these kind of areas are considered to be under the protection of local freeholds because they're low penalty zones. So there is a tax on any dross or glamour harvested of like 20%.
We're giving everything to them, though, so it should be fine.
Yeah, it is fine, but you need to like do the bureaucracy. Like this one is tax, and these 3 are for you as a gift, because you still need to pay the tax.
Wow, imagine having tackling gifts to yourself.
Well, first, right, you take it for yourself, and from that you pay the tax, and then the part that you give yourself, you give to them as a gift, and then they pay the gift tax off of what they receive from you as well into the freehold's coffers.
Jeez. Amazing. But yeah, well, in that case, are there like any spots like around the...
Oh yeah, there's like half an hour
Oh.
drive southwards in the same patch of woods. There's like a...
No, I mean like, is there like any patch, like a place like outside where, you know, we can do stuff unobserved? Because I need to like light a circle of fire.
For what?
I need to. I need to cast something with like a bunk.
Well-
There's probably a barbecue on this house.
Yeah, there's probably like a barbecue and probably like a fire pit as well, so looks like the kind of place that would have one.
Well, I want to like step into the circle of fire. Fire
Ah.
drama.
Well, you can like drive a little into the woods if you're not in the like area designated for hunting or a low banality zone. The chances of running into anyone who would give a fuck are slim, unless it's like a park ranger.
Okay, but I don't want to cause a forest fire, and that's also something I would not want to be, be caught out in the open. If you catch my drift. So I don't want to necessarily know exactly what I can do.
Well, then it gets tricky. Because, like, you can do it in your own backyard, but you're renting this place and a big pentagram burned into the lawn would,
Pentagram!
would piss off the landlord come inspection time at the end of the month.
Well, I actually don't care about it. I tell like
You can go on the pavement in like the driveway and draw out a circle in lighter fluid and pray that all the grannies are asleep this time of day.
no. What I need to do is like I need to tell a bodyguard to make sure to set up like some what are they called, like some like those like wooden like things you can like, put up to make people not be able to see through. You know which ones I mean?
So what, like a screen of some kind?
Yeah, that's some sort of like screen.
This place doesn't look like it has a proper indoor garage, so like I'll be honest, like big ass circle of fire, unless you're willing to actually drive somewhere and try and do it in some wild place on like a dirt road or whatever, somewhere out of the way, it's gonna be rough.
It's gonna be rough. I should like do it in the basement. And nobody can see me. But yeah, I guess I guess I should go out then.
I will say
Well.
this, it's actually hunting in like, if you're not hunting like, if you're hunting prey dreams essentially, you're not gonna need combat rolls. So if you're looking to buff everyone for combat,
Yeah.
you don't really need to. It's if you go during the night and if you go after like the dangerous monsters, that's when it.
Okay, so you don't want like spend too much time on it. I get it. But yeah, I guess in that case, just to like general preparation, then, get my weapons ready. Wear my hunting outfit.
Okay, so you have not specifically bought arsenal, so I'm gonna assume that you have like a sword and probably some kind of ranged weapon.
Yeah, I got like a broadsword, a knife, and like a heavy revolver. I am a criminal after all.
Wow. So you immediately want to go for heavy revolver, eh? In Germany, where guns are restricted. Now you can have a lighter firearm. Fuck you. You already have a sword.
Wow! I think a sword is like more drastic than a revolver.
Yeah, but that's a cosplayer thing. That's easier to explain. It's like the police are not gonna go like, this guy is dangerous. He could charge someone with that. Whereas when you have a big ass revolver that you can't easily conceal, it's like, yeah, this guy could shoot someone.
I mean, actually, it's more easily concealable. The broadsword needs like a trench coat
Yeah,
or something.
no. But the broadsword is easy to explain. Nobody takes it seriously in the modern day. As far as mortal authorities are concerned, it's
Unless you are on England land, where every single thing is a knife and a danger. Yes, people don't care if you have a sword in your car. You're just going to LARP camp.
All right, I guess.
see, police officer, it's blunt. Would you like to see closer?
See, like, yes. Okay. Yeah, and that, I guess since this probably should have been like in this is just zero. I also have like a concealed like Kevlar vest, just like 2 armor.
You know, you keep asking for things that fall under military equipment and arsenal.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You can
Kevlar
buy
vest.
Kevlar vests in-game with your resources, if you can find someone who sells them.
I have my contacts for that kind of stuff. I have... Look, I have, what do you call it?
Okay. Nexi, you're the impartial German here. Does Germany sell vests like over the counter?
Like, you're saying this like I was ever at a store that sold.
I don't know, you're German! How can I know what you're capable of?
Look,
Besides, you know things. You sit there and you know things. It's what you do.
like, I think you can get ballistic vests from some weird websites. You know, the
Yeah.
same places that sell these telescope sticks and stuff like that.
I found a Danish store that sells it. It's a bit expensive, like 500 euros.
Okay, fine. You can have a
For, I
ballistic
mean, that's a
vest.
3A. Okay, that 3A is higher level protection.
Dude's just like rolling in here. He's in like police gear. It's like, I'm ready for the hunt, guys.
No, we're not armed. They must be imagining things.
But yeah, no, I will limit you on actual like the top end of hardware unless you have like a arsenal or specifically acquire it.
Fine, as long as I can have my sword, I'm happy.
Yeah, no, a sword you would definitely have like that. That would make zero sense for you not to have a sword.
Beautiful. Okay. I guess we're gonna head out as soon as baking is finished baking or whatever preparation he needs to do.
Yeah, I'll just go to the market, buy some random stuff, like, guess a bunch of butter for croissants, some chocolate strawberries,
Okay.
and whatever else I would need.
Alright. We'll make the roll for making them when we get back, I think, because you want to have everything ready at the same time, and the cooking is the thing with a predictable time frame. So let's see. You can get to the hunting area with no problem. That is fine. I think I'm gonna call this like a total of 3 rolls. I think that's appropriate, and I think we're gonna start with like kenning, just to catch the tracks of something worth hunting. Something substantial enough to actually be, you know, harvestable. So I think we're gonna have one of you take the lead on this, and everyone else who has kenning as a skill can add a dice to the roll as a bonus. So like, one of you takes the lead, and everyone extra that has kenning adds a bonus, grants a bonus dice. We can't hear you, Dan.
I was just counting. It's the sheet's a little bit misaligned, so I'm trying to work out if I put kenning or not.
You did. You have 2 points.
Yep.
I have a point, but I don't think I will be participating on the hunt. I will be buying ingredients and stuff.
Okay, so you're just busy cooking. Fair enough.
I have some of it, but my perception isn't that high.
Well, one of you needs to take the lead on it. And this actually works out great. One of you can take the lead on each part of this. So, first you need to identify prey, then you need to track it, and then you need to actually catch it, run it down, herd it into a low penalty zone for the kill. So it's gonna be like a perception kenning, then probably wits enigmas, and then stamina athletics to corner it, essentially.
Right, so I guess you guys need to call the butler because he's the only one with perception to actually track it.
And I have
You can
5
target
dice,
up-
I'm not awful.
Okay, yeah, that's what I have. Then
These
should
are
be
not going to
fine.
be exceptionally difficult rolls. This is, a manageable task.
It makes sense, yeah. And I'm best at the first task. I can do the second one, but I'm a little worse at it.
Radimer, do you have canning to add a
Mm.
one?
No.
Cool.
I'm blind
Okay,
as
so
fuck.
that's 6 dice for you, Naxid.
Okay, I mean, if you guys are sure you have like one of you has enigmas, right?
I have
No.
2 in enigmas.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, then, should I spend a willpower point? Would I think this is important? Probably not. And how difficult can it be?
Imagine trying on behalf of the,
Commoners.
yeah.
Oh, there we go, I wasn't even trying, but it's just so lively out here.
Okay. So sure, you can... yes, this is the telltale chimerical shit of a white heart. This will be a most impressive prize. So, I think that leaves us with Marinette for actually tracking the, following the trail until you catch sight of it. So that is wits enigmas, and do the two of you both have enigmas?
I have enigmas.
Radamer.
Let's say
Uh.
no.
The joys of having built for murder, eh?
Yes.
So
Okay,
you-
as long as you can charge it in the end, it's fine.
I can. Don't worry.
So, Dan, that is your wits plus enigmas plus 1 dice because, what was her name? Because Lady Aleandra is helping. Okay, now I believe in Changeling the Dreaming we re-roll 10s.
Only if we are invoking the word.
They... Really? I thought they were just
Yeah.
crits.
No, it's like a part if you invoke your Fae form, you reroll 10s explode. Crits are like normal in 20th edition, and if you have a specialty, you get double.
And otherwise you just get like... Okay. And do you have a specialty listed for Enigmas, Dan?
No.
Okay. Then... Yeah. Then that is 4 successes.
That's going.
Okay. Lord Caden.
Very well. I shall charge the beast.
Oh, you don't need to charge it, you need to herd it, you need to do endurance running. So it's stamina athletics.
Sure.
And what about the two of you? Do you have athletics?
Do you think Cordial like me would have athletics?
Well, technically you are a pathfinder, so who knows?
Yeah, but I'm, the slow and steady kind of.
Yeah, no, that's what the stamina athletics combo is for. It's just like going on a pathfinding mission like Lake Trails in a fucking palanquin just carried by commoner slaves. Oh, it appears that there's a swamp ahead. Lie on the ground to create solid footing for the ones carrying.
I'm stamina. I mean, not stamina. Athletics 3.
Okay, so you can add a dice to Lord Caden's efforts.
Very nice.
So, do you want to spend a willpower to not look like a schmuck?
Well, I don't think I can look like a schmuck, but I will spend one regardless since I'm. Well, I want to make this. I need to catch up to the others.
Well, you can't botch etiquette or politics. You can still look like an idiot.
There we go.
Okay, so 4 successes. You managed to corner it in a low banality zone. It turns to you. It says, "Ah, brave hunters, you have bested me." And I assume you don't even listen to its speech or whatever it's gonna offer you.
No.
You just
Who would track and get to an enemy and just kill them before they finish their evil speech?
Yeah, exactly. I will be headed.
that quits in protest at this banality invoking action. It's sort of like bending forward as if offering you something on its horns, and you just come in. You just see a moment of panic in its eyes, like, no!
Oh, God.
The cat falls at your feet and just mutters up, "You fucking unseelie."
Alright.
It's like with that every time tone.
He died as he lived. Honorable.
Now, powerful enough chimera do over time reform in the dreaming, I believe. Of course, whatever it draws you harvest from it will prolong that time, but so here's the thing, right? You fulfilled some kind of a hunting ritual. This thing expected to be hunted. It is like a dream of the hunt. So you could let the process proceed naturally and see whatever rewards the dreaming grants you for doing this. Or you could use your glamour to harvest as much dross as possible right fucking now.
Alright, quick vote. Who wants to see where this goes? I'm actually curious. I want to know.
Emerald
Really grants you one draws.
But yeah. There we go. He's back.
What that was?
So, Dan, you have carried out the protocol in relation to what is essentially a dream of the hunt, right? You can either harvest as much as you possibly can off the fucker right now, or you can see whatever rewards the dreaming grants you in exchange for having fulfilled this task. Greed or morality?
Deal or no deal.
What do you want to do, Dan? What's your vote?
Probably I'd feel better harvesting what I can, though. Marinette, that's what Marinette would do.
Okay, just materials. Okay, Lady Aleandra, yours is the deciding vote.
Oh, why would you put it on me? I'm just a lady.
Yes, and you're obviously perfectly dressed and composed, but you almost broke a sweat, so...
And I am curious, but...
And the lizard wants to respect the dreaming, and the, untitled commoner wants to disrespect it, so...
I mean, it's Lord Kadeen's hunt. I'm sure his decision is wise.
Wow, very diplomatic. But yes, I guess if it's going along with my vote, then I guess we're going along with it.
Okay. So, the corpse dissolves into white mist. It travels to the head dissolves. It travels up the antlers until one fork of the many-forked antler is left, with a central thing and like 4 branches.
I can like pick it up and review it.
Yeah, that's definitely draws, and it's more than 1 point.
Review it. Oh, I gotta do an unboxing with it.
An unboxing with it. Well, it's not quite what you hoped for, but I think
You might have gotten more if you like ripped into it, but it probably wouldn't have kept a form that's clearly like a trophy coming from this thing.
yeah, like it's looking pretty good, snazzy. Not gonna lie. I think it makes for an adequate gift. Successful hunter, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
For this unboxing video.
God. Just... Okay, we can get another one. But I think the croissants will be ready soon.
The croissants are probably ready by now because you have been at this for like most of the day, and you're kind of entering twilight. The sun is starting to set.
Yeah, I guess we should actually get out of here. Because, unless we want to get more trophies, but this time from Nightmare Camera.
The hard mode has been activated.
Do you want me to roll for the croissant?
Yes, I do. Now, I assume you've made these recipes many times before, so it's execution, not invention. So I would say
Yes.
Dexcraft.
Dexcraft, perfect. Well, I want to cause a very good impression, so spendable PowerPoint.
Okay.
6.
Yes.
Okay. Decent croissants.
They are serviceable, but you would serve these to the knights, not a baron or a duke.
Yeah, good thing they aren't nobles.
Exactly. And this site will do. So it is March 23rd. You are leaving the phase of the full moon and you are entering the half moon. You can see it rising in the twilight sky.
Wait, it's half moon, right?
Nearly.
Okay. Yes, as long as it's not full moon, we should be fine.
Awoo! The tourists went missing in the first week of March, by the way. The ones that you heard about earlier.
Well, not a mystery for this night. We should avoid their fate. Let's go.
indeed. You make your way back to the car. And what kind of a car have you rented? I assume it's it has to be a BMW.
Yes. Or like with like some dark like mirrored glass and stuff like that.
No, we need to get the banality car, the Dacia Sandero. It's the cheapest car in Europe.
What the fuck? What the fuck, make me?
Should we try for French brand?
Yeah, Dacia,
Like a
Dacia is a subsidiary of Renault, so
Oh,
it's French.
but we should while we're French, we should still use a car that actually will get us where we want to go.
Yeah, French car. For sure.
Wow.
Okay, but I assume it's one of those like it's not a van, it's not an SUV, it's a fancy car,
Yeah, it's a fancy car.
What about this Renault Mini?
No, no.
That's a good one.
God, like I can already see. I can see us like wearing like some blue those working clothes and like driving around with like some writing on the side of it, like some sort of painting, painters and stuff like that, or like a plumber.
I think that if you do something stupid with your car, it might trigger Marinette's banality, because it would be a slight against fashion, or at least style.
Yep.
But okay, I'm gonna make the assumption that it's like a regular car, TM.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking something like this.
Yeah, so was I.
But I probably we can also make some mirrored stuff here, wherever it's legal.
Okay. You arrive back at the house as it's, the sun is like touching the horizon.
All right, it's time to Jean-Jacques, please finish the croissants. I will call ahead to get our guide. It's claiming time. God.
It's like you fake keep abducting mortals and trapping them in sex dungeons. It's threatening the veil, we have no choice.
You should bake cold iron nails into the croissants, and when they eat them.
Alright, that's a free freehold right there.
Fae do sense cold iron presence, though.
It's just a plate, no worries, Commodore.
It's just a plate.
Wow.
It's a family heirloom. Should be glad we're using it.
Okay, so the place where you're supposed to meet is... It's in that awkward place where it's like 15 or 20 minutes away on foot, or 5 minutes by car. Do you want to take the car?
And have it stolen by some Commodore?
Okay. What? We have like a bodyguard, right? He can like drive us there and like back.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I guess someone has to go into the trunk that way, but since we're not gonna squeeze all in the back.
See, that's how the minibus would have been a...
I'm gonna assume that you have a fancy car that is like large enough, like, to accommodate all of you. Although, I'm gonna assume that it was the butler that chose the exact car, in order to avoid this exact problem of someone needing to go in the trunk. Because the nobles don't give a fuck. It ain't gonna be them in any case.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That looks remarkably ugly.
Okay, but you are chauffeured to the edge of the city, and
If you think that one is ugly, I can do you one better.
oh no.
Okay, that one, like the pink color, kinda, you know. I guess at least there's something special.
You see someone already waiting for you there as you are dropped off. They have vaguely elvish appearance, but with none of the grace and poise that a she would have. So, at a guess, it's one of the other elf-like creatures, one of the inferior types.
Out of them.
It's just like one guy, or actually one woman.
Right. Yes, that's my job because the nobles don't want to speak with the peasants.
Announce our presence, please.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you gotta play into the stereotypes, at least at the beginning. Huh?
No. Actually,
No.
let's go in and good night, my friend. Are you our guide to the freehold?
Oh yes, I'm your guide. I see that the she are waiting in the car. I wouldn't want the dust of the city to settle on them.
Just ignore them. It's easier if you just pretend they aren't there sometimes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. Pretend they're not there. I like that, yeah. Oh, they have you whipped good, huh?
It's hard being French.
Oh yeah, I bet. It's like, yeah. Well, cheer up. Maybe you'll get yourself killed tonight and you can start over as not French.
Just hope not American.
No, that's the roll of the dice, isn't it? But as the kids say, you can always keep unaliving yourself until you hit the character generation you like.
Fuck.
Tell me, did they wear fancy shoes? Are they all dressed up in there?
Would Radomir, I'm sure that Lady Alejandra would be, but is Kadim also properly dressed up in there?
Yeah, of course.
And
Yeah, okay.
what about Marinette? Are you dressed up?
Of course I'm dressed up.
Okay.
He gives a small sigh. Yes, they are.
Are you, Bacon?
I mean, I'm with my usual, like, butler clothes.
Yeah. Her boots aren't the most booty boots you have seen, right? Like, they're not knee-high heavy-duty boots, but she's definitely wearing boots. Just a smile comes across her face. Lovely. Well, go fetch them. We have a little hike through the woods.
That would be the most pleasant to watch them suffer. Yeah, I just go there, open the door. We'll have to hike a bit. I hope you are ready.
Of course.
Unfortunate that they have so few infrastructure. But I guess I'll have to make do.
Okay. So, how would I best do this? Oh, this would probably be... Yeah, and that role if someone actually, you know... Okay. She is going to smile at you. Insufferable Invader 1. Insufferable Invader 2. Hello. Good evening. I've been sent to escort you to the freehold, if you would follow me.
No, of course, lead the way. I'm sure. Well, I'm sure the way there will only be exceeded by the glamour of your housing. I'm very excited to see what this side of the border has to offer.
Yeah, that's a subterfuge role.
Wow.
With charisma, since you're trying to leave a good impression, but I think it's a subterfuge.
Understandable. Very understandable. I will spend willpower on it. I don't think it will be very good, but yeah.
She gets... do one subtract in this? They do, right? So it's a tie.
Should it already?
It's already counted. It's
Yeah.
4 successes, the ones who tracked you.
Then she gets the feeling that you're not entirely sincere.
How could you tell?
She just nods.
I go in the trunk, I get the croissants and the hunting trophy.
Well, follow me. I hope the smell of the outdoor privies doesn't disturb you too much. Yeah, I think she would do it like this.
Is she?
Okay.
Is she really?
She did. So she takes you along a path into the woods, and then she leads you off the path, and something is off, right? It's something about her body language. You can immediately tell this isn't the normal way to the freehold. No, this is the way they show elves. Like, you can call her out on it, or I will give you an automatic success on avoiding mud and other damage to your clothing and appearance that would have resulted from all the crap she's gonna lead you through.
Sure, let's show her the true power of nobility.
Yeah, we can at the end say thank you. It was a very pleasant walk.
Yes, that was what I was thinking too.
Given that this is like traversing the wilds, I will say that this is a dex survival roll. Which means that if you don't have dots, since it's a skill, it's a +1 difficulty.
But you do get an automatic success, right?
You do get an automatic success. It can still be cancelled by ones, but you get an automatic success.
Fuck.
I'll spend a willpower point. Yeah, that's 4 successes.
Okay, you are perfect. Not a spatter of mud on your dress.
I don't particularly care if I fail or not.
Okay.
I do care, so I spent like one more willpower point this session. Okay.
That's true.
Okay, that is still. So, both of you do get like a little bit of water in your shoes because
Wait.
like the path does lead through like a stream. Mm.
Yeah, the dice pool 4 is broken down.
Yeah.
It rolled attack greater than 1.
God damn it.
Just use the macro. Go into macros and use the macro. Those dice pools suck.
Do you have survival? Redemer, I told you rolled incorrectly. You need to reroll.
It's 7 if you don't have survival.
Yes, and on this table we reroll if we fuck up the roll on the macro.
That's fine. That's completely fine. Big money. Hey, it's better.
Okay.
That's like 3 successes. But yeah, we're gonna go to the toilet real quick. Be right back.
Yeah, that's still incorrect, Dan.
Yeah, it's still difficulty 1. It needs a bit difficulty 7
6.
for you. 6, yeah, 6.
Unless you don't have survival. Oh, you don't, so it should be 7, yeah.
Yeah, 7. I always roll 7. I always roll 6 as default, anyways. And then you just pretend, hope that the GM doesn't notice that you rolled 6 when it's supposed to be 7.
Okay, so it's 2 successes, so... Yeah. Marinette and Jean-Jacques both are going with wet shoes.
Well, it's 1 plus the free 1, so 2.
Yeah, but 3 is the full success.
Okay, 3 is the full.
And like failure is like that you're noticeably dirty, and like a botch would have been like you fall and actually cover yourself in mud.
I mean, maybe mud would make my appearance better.
No, that's right. You're a special boy. They brought an Igor. They're allies of the Zamitsi.
I almost used Igor's picture. Then I remember our good friend Satre.
Oh, Igor. Jesus Christ, the things we did in Springfield. Okay, so... eventually, you're led back on the path, and you are continuing as if your detour never really happened. And given that she botched, you have a pretty good idea of where you are relative to where you came into the woods, so you can probably reach this point again on your own. Without going the nasty way around. But eventually, you feel the weight of banality lifting as you enter another low banality zone, and as the path continues through there, you can feel that the space here is warped. Chimerical reality overlays with the autumn world, and you can see a path that is purely chimerical, like a turn off the path that mortals would never be able to see unless they were enchanted or dragged in there by force. And you turn onto that. And after a little while down that way, you see lights up ahead, and I will give you an image of what the freehold looks like as you approach it in the evening, as it is lit up with a multitude of lights in a set of treehouse that look half constructed and half grown out of the trees themselves, climbing multiple trunks.
Are we really in Germany? I was expecting like something magical for the locals, like trains and artillery pieces.
Sorry. Not this freehold. And yeah, it does look like there is no paved way up. You're gonna have to climb. But there are ladders, ropes, and the like constructed here to allow people to ascend. This is definitely not a handy-capable freehold.
I look for somewhere that I like one of those poly elevators for me to put my box on, because I can't climb a ladder with a box.
Astrid just watches you with a smile, or your guide, I should say, just watches you with a smile playing across her face. Is something wrong?
Yes, just thinking how I'm going to bring the box up there.
She holds out a hand.
Or if you know how to bring it up, or if you can climb with only one hand.
She takes it from you, sniffs it, She just sort of pops it open with her thumb, pulls out one of the croissants, sticks it in her mouth, just like grabs it with her teeth, and then just sort of squishes it a little with her elbow and just starts awkwardly climbing.
Yeah, if I tried that, I would fall down and just lose everything.
Okay, who wants to risk climbing first?
Oh, I guess I'm going. I need to safeguard the box after it gets up there.
Okay. As you attempt to climb, you realize that even though you would expect it to be awkward and physically difficult, and you're still getting a bit of exercise, it's like the rungs of the ladder just sort of move under your hands to just for you to grip just right, like the place itself is helping you ascend. When you reach up there, she's just waiting for you, and just like as you pull yourself up, just casually takes out a second croissant and hands the box back to you.
I just go with the box.
I assume the rest of you ascend as well.
Yeah.
Do any of you have special abilities to detect freeholds? I think you, Naxi, have something for dreaming stuff. You had the can't get lost thing, right? That was the thing.
Oh yeah, my house spoon, you mean?
But that's specifically for trods and getting lost, right?
Yeah, it's not really for well, I can never lose my mind in a freehold. Like, I can stay in the dreaming as long as I want and keep my sanity.
Okay. But yeah, one by one you are able to ascend into the treehouse village that some of us missed the description for.
I wonder who could it be.
Bacon already lost 2 croissants to the locals. It's not going well.
Damn
I
it.
mean, the croissant is for the locals. She's just not going to get them later. She'll had hers now.
You're assuming she's gonna tell the rest that she ate her share already.
No, I'm going to tell them.
Wow! And I'm sure they'll love a snitch.
Or you just have to have Ridoma say it like, unfortunately your servant was too busy snacking on the croissants to mislead us about the location of the freehold.
Wow.
Okay. You ascend to the lower levels, and This place is... You've seen bigger, but like, this is the size of like a good-sized village. This is not a small changeling settlement. And it's hard to tell exactly how big it is, especially in the twilight, because, you know, treetops, leaves get in the way. It's twilight with like firelight everywhere, which is even more confusing.
Hmm.
And
Do they
yeah,
do they produce anything here?
produce.
Yeah, like no, how to say it's like I know that certain like freeholds have like some local like resources around it or something like that. Is anything like visible in that regard?
Not down here on the lower levels.
Hmm.
In the canopy, maybe the trees produce something, or maybe something is generated by the bellfire itself.
Hmm. All right.
But I assume you just proceed to ascend further without further distractions, now that croissants have been safely secured again. And eventually, another 2 or 3 levels up, you are going to reach like the lower level of the canopy where the branches open up, and there is a large room with a floor of interlocking branches, which gives the distinct impression that, like, looking at it, that you might fall through it at any moment, but stepping on it feels secure. For as long as the freehold and its owner want you to be secure, of course. And I will describe the scene. You may place yourselves at the bottom. So, the first thing you notice at the far end is a Kinane sitting on the throne, and he looks to be half she, and a satyr is sitting in his lap with a bowl of grapes held by one hand, and they are busy feeding grapes to each other.
So is he one of 7 brothers, or?
There's a multitude of half-bloods of different kits here.
Ah, okay.
It's quite scandalous by your standards that they would be here for formal reception of nobility, no less.
I mean, I think that the worst part is not them being here, but like sitting on the fucking throne. That's the real problem.
Sitting on the throne, right? And you can see him just sort of, when he sees you, just sort of cringe and make himself smaller, and the satyr just leans in and nibbles on his ear.
Look, we are the French who are we are the ones supposed to be degenerate, and like out there trying to bit us. That's outrageous.
That is outrage number 1.
God.
Outrage number 2 for Lord Kadin in particular, given his inability to acquire a she plate of his own, is the fact that there is a grey bearded redcap in she plate standing next to the throne at the ready. And the worst part is, there is a scratched off, marred, disfigured, but still recognizable sigil of your house on that plate.
That's the sheriff.
That one is going into the book. The Book of Grudges.
Greenland's countering Greece.
I need to write home. These peasants not only have denied the natural order, but no, they have stolen from our house.
Prince Consort will require an airstrike immediately.
thing is, even though it's personally infuriating, the house might actually like they will still kill this fucker, right? But if the commoners took it in battle, it might be like, okay, fair enough. No, if they stole it, they're fucking dead. Like, your mission parameters have changed.
Okay, but how could they have like acquired us in battle? That was this word implied that he defeated.
Your guide moves over to stand with several other half-bloods and a Sloa that is here. And off to the left is something that might be an outrage. Probably is, given that you're she. It's another she with 2 attendants, looking harassed and surrounded. And the worst part is, he looks better than either of you.
Oh yeah, what's his appearance rating?
He's at 7.
He's not a woman.
He is not a woman, but he is ginger. And not a hair is out of place.
Oh, so he doesn't have a soul. Poor guy.
He is wearing she plate as well, although the way he carries it, it's a little less ready for violence and more of that. I am a courtier and a knight.
Also, so wär's das Auto.
I mean, if he's like a knight, like who is his liege? I don't see anyone worthy here.
And he looks like eye candy to me, so...
The sigil of his house is not disfigured, and it is House Liam, the degenerates who stayed behind and were chummy with the commoners when shit went down back in the day.
Mm.
But you can roll intelligence politics.
Sure. I just need to recall what my role is.
I have that.
Sorry, I forgot.
Okay. The description of a, a magnificent red-headed lord of House Liam is familiar for some reason, but you can't place it from where. He is definitely someone that you've heard at some point, somewhere back in France.
Yeah, I probably don't remember much. Already too hard keeping track of all the fucking nobles in France.
The vibe you're getting from the memory, by the way, I'll give you one more detail. It's not a necessarily friendly vibe. If anything, you would get the impression it was more of a cautionary tale of some kind.
Alright.
I'll be staying away from him.
I will be staying away from him until it's time to face him in battle.
Of course. And of course, in the branches there are other commoners watching. There's the sound of distant revelry, debauchery, and degeneracy, as you might expect.
Okay, yeah, at least they are being degenerate. Alright, and what is the procedure to announce yourself into a freehold? Actually, I have politics, I should roll that. Or is etiquette?
Generally speaking, if this was a noble freehold, someone would tell you, the person would officially notice that you're there, look in your direction, lock eyes with you, or motion you forward. There might be a seneschal to lead you forward. right now they're just ignoring you.
Alright, so there's only one way to do things. I just open the box, I take the hunting, I just give to Kadim. He just finds the proper person to give this, and I just go with the box and I say, so, who wants some croissants? They're still a bit warm. And I just go around offering croissants to people.
As you start getting closer, the redcap just takes 2 steps so that he's ready to intercept you should you attempt to ascend the steps, but otherwise doesn't.
I just go around offering people croissants.
Okay. So you get 2 successes on it. She doesn't meet your eyes, but the satyr on the throne draped across very trapped at this point and desperate half-blood just like holds out one hand in your general direction as she smells them being handed out.
No, she'll be served after the people on the right are served.
Okay, so you subtly insult her by serving the half-bloods before her. I see how it is.
We are in a land of equality. So
That's bullshit. The fact that they are allowed in this room at all is already a scandal of unbelievable proportions. Equality?
oh, yeah, just a slight insult back.
Okay. Eventually, you reach her, and it's gonna take one and just sort of nibble on it. Then, take a bigger bite and attempt to feed it to the half-blood with her lips. Because, of course, she would.
Yeah, perfectly normal behavior in France, not impressed. I offer one to the redcap.
No. He looks at it, opens his mouth. It's like watching a cellar hatch being pulled out and just tosses it into his gullet.
Naturally.
It's like being sucked into a black hole. He doesn't even need to chew. It's just gone in an instant.
He's taking a seared bite.
God bless. God
He
bless.
just nods a little.
And then it's the risky part of offering for the guys on the left, and I don't know what the fuck my noble friends are doing, but I just don't care.
Okay.
I'm trying to blend in.
And he's gone native.
Give me charisma etiquette, Bacon.
Right? Yeah, that's the one that needs willpower. First impressions are the most important impressions.
Okay,
That's
so
true.
that's 3. So you approach him, but you know how this protocol works. You don't exist in this court yet because you haven't been recognized. So you hold out the box like, oh, I hope nobody takes one, without meeting his eyes, just looking away, like I'm not even here. You feel a slight shifting of weight as someone takes something out of the box, and then you walk away. You look back, you see he's not looking in your direction, but he's just absent-mindedly chewing on one.
Right. And with that, I finished the round.
Okay. So, you've been waiting for 5-10 minutes before the satyr just looks up and just... Oh. Oh, hello, you're here. Why didn't you say something?
Oh, we were afraid we would distract you from your, well, pet, friend, or however. You still you're in relation with this.
Fuck, buddy.
Oh, fuck, buddy. Is this some custom we're not used to?
Oh, I thought they were from France, Linus. They're from France. I don't understand. Linus just nods. Yes, they are from France. Perhaps they are defective or uneducated in the ways of their people.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're not. We usually take our partners with well, more among ourselves. Let's just say that.
The Grand looks very
Said every
confused.
race should have its own space.
Legrand is very confused because, like, I'm pretty sure that he already saw you in one of the parties that he usually cleans after.
Well, okay, please step forward.
And I just like look at Leander, and if he doesn't make a move, I'm gonna go first.
I'm just gonna like try to look pretty and, noble.
So she kind of shifting more towards you, and the Kinane just like takes the opportunity to slip out from under her and just get off the fucking throne and get in the background.
Skedaddles.
She just looks at him and is like, oh. Oh. You made Thomas uncomfortable.
I give him like a just in deep enough like bow, and say, Lord Kadeen Beatat of House Baylor, pleasure to make your acquaintance.
House Baylor. Oh, how lovely. House Baylor, no less. Well,
I'm happy to hear that.
welcome, Lord Kadeen.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that our reputation precedes us.
Oh, yes. Yes, it does. We have heard of you before. He just looks at the red cap. Linus likes your house a great deal. He's a great fan.
I can tell. Yeah. Why else would he wear our sigil? Although he should give it to repairs. I believe that armor is not in the best condition. Not that I'm an armorsmith of any kind.
If you want to make improvements to my plate, you're welcome to try.
Chris, can I attempt to give off like a little bit of like warrior spirit, essentially, to show that I'm not to be trifled with, with like posture and stuff.
You can do appearance intimidation to see if you can,
He wants to JoJo pose and then.
Yeah, I got that.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly it. Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Oh, he's definitely spending willpower on this one.
Wow.
Yeah, you try to JoJo pose on him, and you are scary. And you might even technically be more skilled than this fucker. But he's in full plate and you're unarmored. And if you knew of a legendary ghoul named Dougal, that's the kind of vibe he's giving off right now. Just that old man chop you with a claymore energy.
I guess fear an old man in a profession where men die young.
A little bit of that, maybe, yeah. That is the correct thing I rolled. Yes, it is. Good.
Yeah, I guess I step a little bit back, as to make room for the others to introduce themselves.
Linus, play nice. Don't be mean to our visitors. They're not used to you. But the tone of the voice is just like so self-satisfied seeing how this contest turned out. By rank of precedence and noble etiquette, Nyaxi, you're next.
I sigh after watching that little exchange. Lady Aliandra of House Danon.
Oh, well, that's a rarity. I don't believe we've killed any of your house recently, at least. Have we? He's just shaking heads. Well, we're glad to always receive new visitors from our good neighbors.
The pleasure's all mine.
Okay. Quick introduction. That means it's me because I'm technically a noble.
Technically, yes.
And and I just bonjour. Jean-Jacques Legrand, squire from House Lenholm, the fun house.
Her face just falls. Oh. Right, you took a title from them. And the tone just screams, race traitor.
I just shrug at that.
Well, that is a shame. And you, miss?
I am Marinette Dupain Shang.
Of house...
Currently, no house at the moment.
Well, Marinette, should you stay in the Republic of the Dark Forest for a year and a day, you will be entitled to vote in the elections. The rest of you, not so much. Changelings without a title get 1 vote. Kinane get a 1/4 vote. Nobles don't get a vote. And that is just like absolute fucking insult that these half-bloods should get more of a say than you.
Why would I vote in a German place? The Terra governor should be appointed from Paris. That's the proper way.
They have these delusions about ruling themselves since, unfortunately the Shi didn't manage to retake this territory when they returned. The nobles put up a fight. Now that we've been introduced, on to business. What the fuck are you doing here?
Well, isn't it obvious? we're here for the wonderful, the wonderful area of the Black Forest, of course. It has a
Yes, the natural beauty very much draws us.
Right. You, Lady Elandra, I might believe that from, but a lord of House Baelor, stupid enough to get into a flexing match with Linus, entranced by the natural beauty of our lands. I find that a bit of a stretch.
Well, boys will be boys, mon ami.
I see. Well, do the rest of you have anything to add to this wonderful and, I expect, false mission statement?
No, not really.
Marinette, you're a commoner like us. Surely you wouldn't lie to your brothers and sisters.
Well, in a way, we're adventurers of the like. We could be just checking out the forests and might find some amazing artifacts in the area,
Oh,
so to speak.
artifacts.
I'm a bit of a collector of artifacts, yes.
Meinhard, she motions at the slaw, likes artifacts too. You could just stay here with us. You don't need to let them tell you what to do.
I'd take that into consideration, but I'd like to be a part of the group, and I'm still learning at this time. I've only recently came into this life in a hard way.
Oh, honey, your life is gonna keep being hard because they're gonna ride you until there is no ride left in you. We're all equal here. I'm sitting on the big chair because I got elected. Not because, my ancestors made a pact with a demon and it granted us some sort of divine authority or right to rule. And how the fuck do French embrace this crap anyway? Weren't you the ones who guillotined your king? This is absurd. This is absurd. Marinette, all you have to do is step forward and take my hand and you can be free of them.
Well, I'm sure a lot of riding would be done if you did so.
I'm sure, but I can make the decision to be free on my own at this time as well. Solo is an option as well. Should the time ever come that my allies betray me.
Well, I expect they will, and when they do, you will have hospitality here as long as you need it, provided you haven't accepted a title and haven't renounced it from them. That's kind of a deal breaker. But if you need a safe place to stay once you get out of your abusive relationship, you have one here.
I bow gracefully. Thank you very much for the offer.
Holding myself back from saying this place is more brothel than shelter.
Yeah, that. You know, it's freeholds are strange. Like the headrest, like the circle. There's like a circular area, like a giant headrest above the throne. That would in other places perhaps display a house sigil. It was blank a moment ago. It has shifted in accordance with the mood of the or the thoughts or the casual fantasies of the freeholder into a symbol of a guillotine.
Jean-Jacques almost sheds a single tear to the beauty of the guillotine.
You can see that the red-headed lord looking at it is just like there's this tremble in his fists clenched by his sides as he so just watching this. Well, you may stay until morning if you so desire, and you may mingle and discuss and whatever else you might wish to partake within reason. Do not attempt to enter the topmost level or interact with the balefire. Have a pleasant evening.
Yeah. Thank you. Your generosity knows no bounds.
Truly, because she's like legally obligated to offer you one night.
But yeah, God fucking bless.
Well, we've talked with the madame. I must say I'm somewhat impressed. I thought about the German brothels, but
She
they exceed
stands.
expectation, I say to my fellow noble.
Meanwhile, she stands up, jumps down, and runs off. You hear in the distance, Thomas! Thomas, where did you go off to?
I expected it to be a bit more quiet. And for the leaders of this place to take more of an administrative role rather than an active one.
She's a satyr. They have a very personal approach to leadership.
Well, I'm sure the half-blood stick will fuck any thoughts of revolution out of her.
Well, we'll see tomorrow. If I saw that right. The throne seems to reflect a little bit about her, or maybe it's just a coincidence.
Oh, you wish to stay the night?
I at least want to stay long enough to talk with some people here. Well, it's not the most welcoming place. I do think it's still worth a try.
I suppose.
Well, I still didn't hand over this gift. I pull out the thing. Perhaps it will make itself go well in the car. After all.
Well, I have the feeling it would be wasted on our satyr host.
It might help shift the attitude in your favor.
Yeah, I just say, well, the gifts needs to be given, mainly because part of it is a tax. And one thing I know about Germans is that they love taxes and numbers.
Well, then perhaps we should find their no doubt penalty-ridden seneschal, who cares so much about taxes and proper procedures.
Indeed. And I guess should take motion to like one of the canine.
He gives you like a really look before approaching.
Hello. We are looking for someone pure and simple for your seneschal. We have some taxes to take care of and some procedures to conduct. If you were so kind to fetch him.
Oh, right,
you.
right. Oh, I'm sorry, my lord. The mayor forgot to mention. She gets distracted when she goes off on one of her rants against the nobility. These three noble Kithane, and he gestures to Linus, your guide, and the Sloa, are the ones temporary visitors generally handle their affairs through. You can contact them if you require something, and they will make the arrangements.
I see. So what were their full names again? I need to make a mental note.
No, he can just share the images so we can actually look at the names.
Yeah. It's Astrid, Meinhard, and Linus. There we go. And now that you look at the Kinane, other than the two attendants by the she-noble, they all seem to have either a hatchet or a knife or a sword or a big fucking wrench by their side. And the clothes they're wearing, they all seem to have that freedom of movement you might expect from people who are trained to handle shit in an emergency. You even see like one or two that have pistols on them.
Yeah, there's the security in case we try to murder everyone here.
Us murder? Like, no, we would never.
Execute for treason, perhaps.
Exactly. Or for theft.
I mean, we don't need to go that far. Their crimes is being Germans.
See, the thing with attacking freeholds is kind of like making a bid for the princedom in Camarilla. Unless you win, you're a traitor.
Very, very reasonable.
Of course, if you win, you're a patriot that saved the city from a bad freeholder. I mean, prince. I mean, tribal elder or whatever other flavor you might want.
So, oh, well, thank you for informing us then. And, perhaps you could share your name as well.
No, I don't think I will give you my name.
Very unfortunate. That'll take like 10 euros and say, yeah, for your troubles.
Please don't humor them. I say in French.
He looks at the money, looks up at you, and you see that moment of... Well, it's not like you put your recycling in the wrong bin. And I assume the Germans have a sense of decorum generally, so he's just gonna, nod politely, good evening, and walk away without taking the money.
Well, with that, Gian checked the time to see how long it took for the second major fuck up from the nobles. We are doing fine. I expected them to be worse.
Meanwhile, the red-headed noble is... The way he's dressed and the way he's carrying himself, you're starting to get the impression that he might at least feel like he outranks you. And he's throwing those subtle courtly glance in your direction like you should really be approaching me, but I can't approach you first because I outrank you, but you should be talking to me. Why haven't you talked to me yet, you pieces of shit?
Was there like some house insignia on him again? What house was he
Liam.
again? That's a Sealy house.
Hmm.
If he was a freeholder. We have taxes to take care of.
Yeah, how about we send Jean-Jacques over to extend invitation for a meeting while we take care of the taxes.
What's the noise level in the room like?
There's not a lot. Like there's this background murmur from like the galleries and the side rooms, etc. But it's not like it's a rager, right? It's, from what I understand of Germany, they enjoy their peace and quiet even when they're chilling, unless they go to like an actual club. And like it's not Techno Tuesday, so.
Okay, I was about to say let's go talk to the Sluak about it. That should be fun. Since he can't only whisper.
Just gonna need to resort to like a pen and paper.
So, Lord Kadena, shall we speak with our lovely guide? Or with the red cap you made acquaintance? Or perhaps with the polite-looking young man over there?
I would prefer to speak with everyone. So, I guess the pale-looking man it is, as we haven't spoken with him before.
No, he looks like someone I would trust with doing my taxes. He reminds me a little of a butler back in France.
A shame we were only able to take one with us.
Yeah, too bad.
Living like barbarians, only one butler and one tailor. What the fuck?
How are we supposed to live?
Well, let's approach him and see and let him file off his 20%, I suppose.
All right.
He looks up at you. It's just like it's been chatting with Astrid and one of the half-bloods. Yes. Did you wish for something?
Indeed. There is a matter of taxes I believe we owe. For a little amusement hunt we partook in.
Ah, yes, taxes. Ah, that's Astrid. Do you know how to fill the tax paperwork? Just like shrugs. And sure, I guess. Apparently it's my turn to be probed by the nobility. Could you get the tax forms? He's just like, yeah, I probably could. Just stands there. Astrid, for fuck's sake, get the tax forms. Astrid just walks off. Fine. He just steps closer. It's such a pleasure to meet you, Lord and Lady.
Pleasure to meet you as well. I believe it was Meinhard Greenberg.
Yes, it's all our pleasure, really.
Of course. I don't think the mayor bought your story about the natural beauty. I do not know who this Marinette is to you, but you should tell her that if she wishes to lie, perhaps saying less is more. We all saw how the mayor perked up at the mention of artifacts. You need to be more careful than that.
I smile. So yeah, that sounds rather generous of advice. How's this place coming along? All things considered, you seem to be a bit more of a, well, I shouldn't say friendly sort, but less outright hostile.
Ah, yes. Well, it is the nature of the dreaming that it lags behind mortal development, and the local changelings, they are eager to give the French a lesson after the last war. I'm sure you understand, given what happened. What is it now, 80 years ago?
We understand. I personally do not carry such hostilities, but I suppose, in a way, we're all caught up in the past in some way, aren't we?
Well, many feel that Occitania should be a commoner republic in order to weaken France and drive a wedge between it and the kingdoms of Spain.
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna tell him what many in Neustria feel like about this place.
I'm sure it will come to nothing. We live in a modern world, a united and peaceful Europe. There is no need for such conflict.
Indeed.
But on to matters which perhaps are closer to both our hearts. I too am a fan of artifacts.
Artifacts, in what way? Do you collect them, or are you one?
Oh yes, I have quite a collection. And sometimes I even let people peruse it for a price. There's just a tiny hook at the end of that statement.
Yeah, no. No. Well, that sounds mighty intriguing.
Oh, quite. Oh, there are many secrets in our shared past.
Well. This price you mentioned and secrets. Well, what do you have in mind? If someone were to approach you about this.
Well, it would depend on the value of the secrets. For me, if they were being sold to me, or for the one seeking them from me. I'm nothing if not a capitalist in these matters. In the finest German traditions, of course.
I see.
I am, of course, always willing to negotiate where appropriate, but After all, I am, as they say, running a business, and there is no such thing as a free lunch.
Oh, I understand. I understand. You have to take care of your businesses back home. It's not that much different. Well,
I have over 2,000 scrolls, books, and stone tablets, either in original or in digital format, all relating to Changeling history.
oh really? That sounds intriguing.
That is a lot. Like
Yeah.
that's a big fucking library.
I know what his backgrounds are. And yes, we have quite the foundry of knowledge ourselves. Of course, not with us, but perhaps we could arrange an exchange, see who has what, and we could come to an agreement on what is being shared.
Well, unfortunately, a few of the texts in my collection, even confirming the existence of them, would be valuable, so I will not be handing over a complete list, but please inquire with me if you require something.
Of course, just we will handle, of course, any exchanges in the same way. It's just nice to see that this is possible in general. I suppose I guess I scribble down like a number of like a phone we're all using here in case I contact us in
Oh,
one or
I
2
already
days.
looked up where you live and all the contact information for the four of you. A chimera scouted what address you are staying at while you slept, and from there, the World Wide Web has all the information one might require if one knows where to look.
How mighty convenient.
Yes,
It's
quite a wonder, is it not? If you require information on where to pirate shows or movies or other artwork, such can be arranged easily for a small monetary compensation.
God.
can't believe you're selling us this. Wow. What a beautiful creature.
He's special, isn't it? It's always lovely when the hopes for a character sheet pay off. Honestly, I think it's the boy.
Fucking God bless. Oh. But good to see it. And well, how's that text paper coming along then? I believe this place probably has more wonders than just you.
Oh, I thank you. Yes. Helen does get upset if people don't visit her during the night. It's quite unfortunate, but there are expectations of the senior personnel. See Astrid returning, carrying like a couple of pages of paper. And just calls it out to you. Here you go. I filled it out for you. I wouldn't want you, what with you being French and all, to make a mistake. In Germany, we take paperwork like taxes very serious than like where you come from.
How very noble-like of you.
Yes, quite. Now, all you need to do is sign here and here. We'll bring out the scale and weigh your take. And take the appropriate proportion, and then you're good to go.
I see. Well, I guess I'll, have a look and read it and show it to anyone else from our household that wants
Yeah,
to see it.
the form of acquisition involves physical exertions involving chimera and other fae.
Wait, so what do you mean by acquisition? Do you mean them like strong arming us if we don't pay them correctly?
No, but the way it's worded, it sounds like you participate in an orgy with fae and chimera and generated glamour that way.
Just think to myself, I should become a eunuch before coming here. I think it would be safer.
Astrid just like looks. Is there a problem? All you need to do is sign.
No, I'm just getting accustomed to the local rules.
Oh yes.
Well, I guess does Jacques want to see it? Otherwise.
I don't have. Yeah, like would be a law to try to probably read it and like see if everything's in order besides
If you
the
want
memes.
to check for bullshit, yeah, it would be a law roll.
Yeah, I don't have a law. I only have politics and investigation.
Well, I technically do, but I'm crap at it.
Does anyone else have law?
I have academics. And
Okay.
enigmas and medicine, politics and grammar, but not law.
God bless. I guess it's up to me to check this thing.
Do you have law?
One whole dot.
At
Yeah,
least
like-
make sure the percentage numbers in the document are right, okay? That it didn't misspell our names.
Like, do you have like 3 dice at least?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. That's good. That's what I would have.
Okay, big money. Let's go.
Okay, that is a success. You didn't spend willpower, right?
No,
Okay.
I need to conserve it. The last point of it.
So, the percentage part is right. You're not sure if them not spelling out that you did it by hunting chimera might affect the legality of this document. But it looks legit otherwise. You're not sure if the mean part is a trap.
Okay. Okay. And I guess I'll go and like try to specify that.
Oh, so you want to cross it out?
Yeah, but like make it correct so they can't fuck us with it.
Astrid just like clicks around. It's invalid now. We have to fill one out from the start. For fuck's sake. Okay, fine. I'm gonna require a wits law roll when she brings you a fresh form. Now there's nothing filled on it. And you have to fill it out from the start.
Wow.
I mean, we just copy from the other one.
Yeah.
The problem is that was a Form 32A. This is a Form 32C, where the taxpayer isn't being handled by a clerk or authorized representative, but is rather self-filling it and submitting it. So,
Okay, I want her to take a point of banality then.
For what?
I mean, for being that boring.
It's not boring for her, she's memeing on you.
But in a rather banal way.
Yeah.
The way a way the viewer would meme, perhaps.
See, the problem is that she's... Actually, no, she's not German. Do Swedes have a bureaucracy culture?
All I know from Scandinavians is that they really like alcohol and coffee.
It's actually a good point, potentially. But then again... I need to check, because she might have immunity to this part, thanks to something else she is or can do. Hold on, I need to look up seemings. Well, actually, let's take a look at gaining banality first. Triggers. That's places, failing to that. You know, I would say not, because contracts are a changeling tradition, honestly. And this is in service to the social contract between the freehold and the people in its overview. That being said, you're not going to risk banality for engaging in this either. This is just contract fuckery. Essentially. So, no, I'd say this falls under fake shit. This is dangerous, but not in a banality way. Now, if this was like a German DMV, you would be proper fucked.
That's why we have a bodyguard. Fight that stuff.
Yeah, he can deal with getting a driver's license and driving you around.
Well, I guess we I think we should be able to drive with our French licenses.
I think so. There might be some limitations if you stay like for an extended period that you might need to get a German one at some point, but I'm pretty sure all EU ones are valid as long as you're like visiting for a sane amount of time.
I think like even like some people go to like cheaper places in like the Balkans and stuff like that, get like boat license and stuff like that.
Bruh. Anyway, yeah. Intelligence law.
Intelligence law. Do we trust the dice? Yes, we do. Come on. Yes!
Okay. You read through it. There are at least 6 German words that are like approaching double-digit syllables on the form. Because of course there would be when it's made by changelings. But yeah, you're pretty sure you have it filled out perfectly.
And I guess if the others like to double check it and then hand it over.
Sorry, I don't read commoner.
I just look over it, but I'll be too bored to properly care. Yeah, it's alright, just...
Okay. So they're gonna bring out scales, measure out just how much glamour is infused in it, break off one of the forks, pocket it for the freehold, hand the rest of it back to you.
Why not? Well, that wasn't too hard, I think. Hope this satisfies everyone. Do you know by any chance when the mayor, is free again?
Well,
Oh,
okay, it's. What was the 22nd of March? Back. No, you're 23rd of March. That's a Wednesday. Okay, so it's Wednesday. So that means it was taco day at work for Thomas, which means he's full, which means he's gonna get exhausted faster. You have another half hour. She should be free before she starts looking for someone else.
mm-hmm. Well, thank you. Well, I guess a pleasant evening.
Oh, it has been.
Incredible. Chris, like out of character, I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm gonna look forward to an opportunity to make these people taste my sword.
I mean, Astrid at least her evening has been just multiple failures in a row to make us look bad.
She's probably not trying that hard, honestly. It's more like a par for the course, like, I did warn you, like, -5 to +5, you're coming in at -2, there's gonna be a degree of fuck you.
Yeah, no, we can expect nothing less. But action have consequences. Not just our actions. Just
Of course.
Yeah, she will be remembered when the French Republic invades Germany in the future.
Winter can't freeze your soldiers to death if you have the crown of winter.
that's true.
All the way to Moscow, bitches.
Alright, I just look at all of you. Well, I think two of you should try to approach the ginger gentleman over there. He seems to be wanting to talk, and
At this point, he has.
I remember something about him. I don't remember if it's exactly why, but like, I think I already heard of him before.
He does seem to have given up on you, and he's talking to, another changeling and a couple of half-bloods. And
He's
just like he's
silly,
doing
yeah.
that, like, holding forth with
And
great
he's
justice.
a silly, all stuck up, and even worse, he's from the traitor house.
Well,
And I suppose etiquette demands we at least introduce ourselves, and I suppose he might still be more pleasant company than Linus or the mayor for that matter.
That still means we need to at least quickly or briefly talk to him. Oh, well. Let's, I guess, get it out of the way.
I suppose. This evening has been most unpleasant.
In a way, yes, but in some ways, it's quite nice to see that we have at least a little bit of a challenge ahead of us.
Okay, so you make your way over to him.
Yeah, slowly but surely. And just loudly announce ourselves. Oh, sorry. So sorry, my lord. We have been held up by the local bureaucracy.
Oh? Huh. Just turns, looks past you, eyes lock on Marinette. Milady, where have you been hiding yourself?
I know he wants to fuck you.
Oh no! Oh, I've been under the covers of my fashionable work at this time. That's where I've been.
He holds out a hand, expecting you to offer your hand to be kissed. Meanwhile, he's giving the two actual nobles the side eye. You fucking ignore me. This is how it feels like.
I do hold out my hand and I'll allow him the pleasure.
He leans down, lips barely brush the knuckles, as you do. He says, I am Prince Alejandro de Liam and the rightful King of Aragon. It is a pleasure to meet you. Perhaps...
Oh, I never had a prince introduce himself to me. The pleasure is all mine.
Perhaps when I reclaim my crown from my treacherous aunt, you will visit me at court.
Okay, there we go. He's done. He does not outrank us.
This is... Now you're starting to remember, it's like... There was some silly noble making a stink in one of your allied kingdoms about supposedly stolen succession.
And I see he has immersed himself in the culture already.
Wow!
God bless.
Perhaps you should show me some examples of your work. I will surely need a personal tailor once I ascend to my rightful place.
Imagine
That
like
is
one
what
thing.
I'm best at.
Sorry, my bad.
Oh, Lord, Lady, I am so sorry I did not see you there.
That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I hope you're all right. But regardless, I'm as you've probably heard, hopefully. I'm Lord Kadeen Beatard of House Baylor.
Oh, yes, of course. A pleasure indeed.
Yeah, no offense taken at all. In fact, it was rather fascinating to see such a display of immersion in the German culture. Lady Alejandra of House Danon.
Prince Alejandro, a pleasure, my lady. Again,
Of course, Prince.
performs the ritual of kissing a lady's hand, putting you in precedence behind the commoner's slough.
Sure.
It is rather unfortunate, and leans in. And just between you and me, these commoners are not good for anything except arrow fodder, but one must play the game if one wishes to rise.
Wait, our character aren't those commoners?
Yes.
They seem to be half she, and they are holding themselves aloof from the rest of the freehold. They're probably his pets.
Look, the house broken, okay?
They don't expect a vote. They have their litter box and 2 square meals a day, and they're happy with it.
Actually, do they look like him? Or like are they?
One of them does have a ginger tinge. You don't think they're his offspring, but they might be cousins of some kind.
All right. Makes sense. All about your entourage then, my lord. I take it they're not locals.
Oh, no. This is my manservant, and this is my butler.
I see. Well, can't go wrong with a setup like that.
Quite. Unfortunately, the locals are, they move at a rather slow pace. They are easily distracted, you see. Well, you do see, because they just did it to you!
Oh.
By the way, technically, this dude, like, you can't be 100% sure, but there is a higher than even chance that he's a persona non grata in Neustria or all of Spain. For obvious reasons.
Yeah, most likely. But we're just saying hello. And we're all on neutral ground after all.
Mm-hmm.
The etiquette has been kept.
Yeah, he's just here trying to raise a band of adventurers to take his rightful kingdom and deprive yours of its, ally.
Yeah, no, figured that was the case.
It would actually kind of suck if he was somehow successful. It would kind of, instead of being one solid front with the Confederacy, Neustria would suddenly have an enemy on its south as well.
Yeah, hopefully his conduct remains the same, so he also remains unsuccessful.
The queen is gonna call in. Okay, your mission is off, actually. Help this guy, then murder him with a cold iron dagger. We're taking over the kingdom.
The Neustrian throne has a rightful claim to Aragon since ancient times. My chancellor just informed me he found some document. His chances of succeeding are probably low, but they're not nil, as you see him toss his hair, and at least the half-bloods, there's at least 3 or 4 who get for a second that dreamy look on their face, like, there goes my... like Jon Snow with the my queen. It's just you get that vibe from them. It's like, my king.
No, so
Okay.
simps.
Yeah, essentially.
And we can report to the crown prince about this, the prince consort rather.
Yeah, let's just do that. And maybe, actually, are we allowed to write a letter to Aragon as well?
Sure, why not? They're allies. You're not forbidden from writing a letter to them. And you are nobility. Like, if a commoner took it upon himself, yeah, that'd be, going too far. But you're like,
Yeah, I think we're decently ranked enough. Alright.
Come quick! There's been a murder! Someone got stabbed with cold iron!
I can't believe he fell into the dagger. Just happened to be laying there.
Shot himself in the back of the head 3 times with cold iron bullets!
Yeah, we were on a hike together, then he slipped and fell on this cold iron fence.
Actually, that
He must have gotten woozy as we were walking past the fence and fell most unfortunately. Oh, fuck me.
It's like a legal questions we're here in a freehold. Like if we were to make our own for one reason or another, how would I interfere with the freeholds that are already established, especially if they are as hostile as this? Do we need buy the land first or acquire it in some way, or can we just go and say, we made a freehold here, it's ours now?
Well, if you made a freehold here as titled nobles, I don't think you need to roll intelligence politics. It would probably be an immediate declaration of war on your new freehold. Like they would come for you.
Okay.
We just take one of their peasants, we put in our freehold, we give him the right of vote, and he votes for us. Done.
It's a
Unfortunately, you would need at least 4 of the half-bloods to make a single vote.
We can get that. I paved them with croissants. Easy.
You just need to wait a year and a day and Marinette has a vote.
I don't want to stay in front in Germany for that long.
unless it's a choice Nustria, of course.
But yeah, like, the vibe you're getting, like, they're willing to tolerate you as guests, but you moving in and setting up shop, like, they see you as the enemy. An enemy that they're, politically maneuvering with, but it's... and, like, on cooperative terms with, but it's like USA and China, right? If one side goes too far, someone's getting shanked.
So getting like a Chinese final warning.
It's
Yes.
not gonna be a Chinese final warning. Like, these people will probably kill you. Like,
Unfortunate.
Linus at least would be happy to have an excuse. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah, I figured, but that's just one dude. Not sure if they're gonna start like an attack over that.
You've seen at
Yeah.
least a dozen half-bloods, and even where in freeholds where they're valued or given the vote, as disgusting as that is, they're still relatively disposable cannon fodder compared to Fae.
Hmm.
And like this place, you don't know how many changelings there are, but this place is large for a freehold. You wouldn't be surprised if there was like at least 40 or 50 changelings and a similar number of half-bloods living here.
Jesus Christ.
Which means that direct opposition might be unwise unless you want to wage some kind of guerrilla warfare. That doesn't mean you can't have like a hidden freehold somewhere, but like openly planting one and saying we own this now is a suicidal idea.
Walk in a lost freehold. Hey, hello. Where's the freeholder? Oh yeah, you're probably a nicer chap than these guys.
I mean, you're probably right about that.
Oh yeah, we after the autumn court.
The Autumn Court are the ones that are super friendly with humans, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean technically, no, not really. The spring is friendly with humans. The autumn ones just want to control humans from the shadow, like the vampires do.
Ah, right. Yeah, I knew that spring and autumn were the ones that were close to humans, and winter and summer were the hardcore cunts.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you've made your introductions. It is permissible, according to protocol, for you to withdraw now.
Yeah. Well, I guess can we like just take like a stroll around the place?
Yeah, 100%. You can stay till morning.
No, like I just want to like walk around and then leave.
Yeah, no, you can, 100%. This place does have a few workshops. There's a lot of rooms that are semi-closed. It's covered mostly by branches. There's a place where people are eating. There's a place where, the leaves mostly isolate the sound. But there's a more like, there's dancing and music. There's a number of more private rooms of varying sizes and occupancy. And
Okay.
Are we going to wait for the mayor for you to give the gift?
I mean, we probably should. Although I'm really tempted to keep it at this point. But yeah, I guess we should show our good side.
Yeah. For now, I would like to do my carousing to try to at least note out the people that were owe for that.
Let's
Just-
see.
Just the nameless people that aren't here. That I suppose there are more than the
Yeah,
renamed
100%.
ones.
You just want to make a good impression, right?
Yes.
So I would say that is, I know, charisma expression probably, or charisma leadership if you want to project yourself as a more powerful figure.
I'll do charisma leadership. I have a specialty for charisma. I have eloquent. But I didn't get a 10, sorry.
Yeah. So it's 2, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you get to know some people. It's like they don't really hate you that much, but it's kind of like, okay, but you've gone native though. Like you need to shake off your chains and renounce your title if you're going to be one of us. But like you get the impression that like if you did that, you would be welcomed with open arms into the revolution.
Yeah, but I don't want to be welcomed to the German Revolution. I remember last time they had one, and I had to stay in a trench defending from their attacks.
That's certainly true. You know, maybe you go back to France with a shipment of cold iron arrowheads and do the good work there.
And in practice, the only thing you're gonna revolve around here is the mayor.
I mean, the mayor eventually does emerge and show herself. And she, you can see that she's on the prowl and like eyes briefly linger on Marinette and the forearms. But then move on. It's like, no, can't. She's a slave. That wouldn't be right.
Slave.
But yeah, she's making the rounds, greeting people, and scanning with them with that evaluating look. Like, do I feel like this guy tonight?
Oh my god.
No.
Can I roll like appearance etiquette to seem like nothing here has truly bothered me?
I think that would be performance more than etiquette. Like,
Okay, what about subterfuge?
sure, subterfuge I'll accept. That makes sense.
Okay. Oh. Let's see, my appearance specialty is... it shouldn't be applicable, it's captivating.
I mean, there's one way you could show the mayor that you are not bothered by their ways.
I don't think I'm gonna lower myself to that.
Wow. I only sleep of people of equal and greater rank.
No, I mean... It's not that I wouldn't sleep with a commoner necessarily, but she seems like she is a hotbed for bio-warfare.
Well, the freehold gives her enough stamina and the resistance to survive. It's people she doesn't approve that get infected and die.
Hold up.
See, it's an elaborate trap, Radamer.
It's a elaborate trap. I think she trapped herself into that. Actually, what happens if she doesn't win the election again? She's gonna be consumed by disease.
Well, yeah, but there's magic to fix that.
I mean, how do you think she gets the vote?
The trick is finding the right moment. You promise you'll vote for me, right? As long as one person invests some glamour, it's an oath, right?
So much for the Confederacy's renowned democracy.
You can make your assumptions about why she's the mayor. Just like catch that you're still there. Just like give you a polite nod, unless you indicate that you want to talk with her again.
Yeah, I'm gonna indicate that.
Just
How do you give her a winning smile or point towards your crotch or something like that?
Well,
You just need to flex a bit. That's the way.
just play with those muscles. But no, so just make some hand gesture.
She's just gonna sort of. Somehow she manages to do the seductive, lurching glide, where it's glide, but with pauses in between because of the goat legs, where she's almost like half jumping forward, but elegantly so. It's the most disconcerting shit you've seen in a while.
I thought about like taking goat legs at some point, like decoration. I'm glad I didn't. To see this monstrosity.
Lord Caden.
Mayor, glad you could make some extra time for us. We have something for you. I guess a gift to show our goodwill.
Oh, how nice.
We had to have it processed first, so it wasn't quite possible to give it to you then when you greeted us. But I think this is as good an opportunity as any. And I try to make sure that the view is like clear enough, so like a bunch of the randos can see us too. At least enough, so people talk about it.
Okay. Give me a charisma etiquette or charisma expression roll.
All right. Well,
You're
I'm
letting
glad
the Bruja talk, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not even Bruja, he's a fucking gangrel.
No,
That should be right up her alley. Yeah?
okay.
Yeah, from what I know, gangrels are bards, right?
Sure.
There was like one gangrel that was a bard.
Uh,
They killed him.
Okay. Big money. Up. Come on. Glad I can't. I think I can't botch those. But still. Jesus.
you can't botch etiquette rolls.
Think so. Let me check.
Yes, double
Yes, we
check because
can't.
this this matters.
We can't watch etiquette if we can't watch politics.
No, well.
She
You just keep staring at her boobs while you say that. It's kind of creepy, to be honest, even to the others in our group.
No, it's just that he offers a gift right in the moment that something happens that distracts everyone else. They just look away for a second.
She takes it as like everyone, including her, looks away. She looks at it. It's like, of course. And as is tradition, she pulls out an iron coin and holds it out to you. A gift in exchange, so that there is no obligation between us.
Is this like an actual tradition?
Gifting
Right.
something to a fae, it's like it does create an obligation in theory.
I see. Okay. That's
Like at
fair.
least in the stories it does.
I guess that's fair. And I take the coin.
It's cold iron, you take damage.
No, I don't. Because of House Baylor.
It is not cold iron, but it is definitely a measure of devaluing, shall we say, to offer an iron coin, not say a silver or gold one.
They are poor. Let's respect that. They're
Yeah, we
peasants.
understand the honest representative of the Republic.
This coin is, I guess you could call it a favor or a token of goodwill. It shows that you have been friendly towards a freehold or settlement of the Republic. Should any changeling or group in the Confederacy be at odds with you, you can trade this in to lessen the impact of whatever offense you might have given.
Most generous. Well done.
It's
so
a
also-
okay, but I'm like not a total asshole coin. One time use only.
yeah, I get that. But yeah, thank you. But I think this is our time to leave now. While we have enjoyed our stay quite a bit, I think all good things must come to an end, and we have to return home.
And by home you mean the house you are staying in, not France, of course.
Yeah, of course. It's quite a lovely place.
Shall I pass on the information to you when we have our next outing in nature once spring rolls around?
Oh, if we stay that way, stay that long, then that would, I suppose, be nice. And I give her like a polite smile.
Of course, I'll put you on the mailing list.
Yes, sir. I believe Meinhard already has our contact information.
Of course he does. He's such a dear. He tries so hard.
Very pleasant meeting him. But yes, it was a pleasure. But I guess I just go.
I need to go home and wash.
Yes, that's the feeling I have.
You know, I'm so glad that you like the freehold culture I created for you to interface with.
Such
Ye-
fuckery.
You know, I think I rolled for her kith, and I always roll 2 times, and I picked a more fitting one, and I think both rolls on her were satyr, so I was like, okay, this is where we're going with this, got it!
This destiny has been forged, I think. Jeez.
Okay, and you depart.
Alright, that wasn't that bad.
That could have gone worse, but could have gone better. But basically just as expected. Though I was quite surprised that this satyr was willing to be this free.
She might have even been exaggerating it just to fuck with you, honestly.
Well, yeah, but still, like, she's trying to give like an impression. That's quite an impression to leave.
You can give me like a perception politics or perception performance roll, I think, to get insight into what the fuck the point of that was.
What the fuck it was? Oh, well.
76.
Wow, shit.
You know how it is, Bacon? More dice equals...
Yeah,
less
I can't roll well when I have too many dice. I can only roll good when I have 5 or less.
Is that it? Nobody else has politics or performance?
I can, there's my sheet. It just was, I minimized it by accident. I didn't see where it was on the background.
Yeah, that sucks.
Okay, that's 6 dice, I think, right? Yeah, my politics is only 2.
What about you, Dan? You wanna try?
I've only got 1 in performance.
It's a roll, right?
So does Trevor.
At worst, you just watch.
Yep, what were the rolls again?
Perception performance or perception politics at 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
My damage rolled.
1.
That's my actual roll. 2.
Rough. Well, with one success, you can tell that there was a point there somewhere, though it's hard to tell with, everything with 2. It's... Yeah, she was definitely sending a message to you. It's hard to tell exactly what her intent or her, true attitude towards you might be, but she's certainly trying to define exactly what your relationship is gonna look like.
Yeah.
Between a client and a prostitute?
She's the madame of the brothel.
Ah, makes sense.
You do not want to know what her backgrounds are tied to.
To retail, probably.
She made Jean-Jacques feel very at home, like he was back in his court.
But it's a bit worrying though that you might have some influence over the prostitute Kathleen is going to regularly.
Suddenly
No,
you
you
feel
shouldn't.
cold iron near you. The mayor sends her regards.
Put on this coat iron condom. Trust me, it will be good.
Okay. So you make your way down the path and back to the car where your driver has leaned back the seat. It's just like 2 empty styrofoam coffee cups on the dashboard, and he's just leaning back with his eyes closed.
Well, I guess knock on the window.
He just presses the button, the seat starts slowly racing into proper position. You hear the doors unlock.
As I enter the car, I just take a cigarette and I offer to him. The best way to wake up.
He's just like, no, nichts in car. The leather, you understand.
You mean you can't smoke in the car? Fucking barbarians.
Fucking barbarian.
I bet he doesn't even smoke in the bathroom.
Okay, he's gonna drive you home. Which takes us to the 24th. But yeah, 23rd in 2000, in 22 was, this is the week of the half moon. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is.
So,
What time do we arrive at our place?
You were getting in at sunset, but you were there for a while. You were waiting for the mayor. I'd say it's about midnight, since... Well, maybe it's 11 since the sun sets early in the year.
Also, time to visit the real nobles of the city.
the fuck?
Oh, it's time for Jean-Jacques to sleep because he has to wake up before the sun to prepare the very long breakfast and clean the house and everything else.
Okay. Right, you don't want a maid service, they might damage the tablets.
Yes. and I have to do everything without any other one in the house noticing.
Hmm.
That's the proper way.
Just him like doing everything, and yes, it's still like when or if he like ever isn't available, we're just gonna be completely closer, not probably sitting like starving, like general disarray, and everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck happened to them?
Well, I'm fine. I mean, I ran away from home.
I see.
Okay, so morning comes. Everyone recovers a point of willpower. Some of you have vague nightmares about the mayor looming over them with a serious mommy's gonna step on you vibe while you desperately try to figure out how to peel a grape properly for her.
You feel like crave, what?
I mean, they did surgery on a grape. Why not peeling it?
You know, you somehow the sight of poor Thomas being forced to feed her grapes while all of you were looking at him stuck with you.
He used to be a noble like us, but then he took a grape to the face.
And the prince might have fed her grapes once.
You know,
And
if
it's
this
surgery on a
dude,
crave.
like if this dude hooked up with like a influential freeholder, that would actually be a problem. That's when the assassins go out. He's safe while he's a nobody with no allies, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of. It sounds like he knows that it would be beneath him.
Right. But yeah, we still need to write that letter. Like, and do we actually want to send some to Aragon, or do we just let France let the court handle it?
I think
Better
it
safe
would
than
be...
sorry.
Oh, yeah, I would say the opposite. It's better for the prince himself, see the strategic value of it. Because...
Yeah, but I mean, the prince consort is. You know how he is.
Silly.
No, I mean,
Yes,
he doesn't take anything seriously. He
Yeah,
sent us
silly.
out on a wild goose chase for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, silly.
Yeah, exactly, and so is apparently the Queen of Aragon. Fuck them. Yeah,
Well,
we could write it.
Well, yeah, but the Queen of Aragon, might take threats to her own position a bit more seriously.
You know what you need to push for? Legitimacy for this guy. He marries the mayor, right? And they conquer the Dark Forest Republic and turn it into a kingdom, and then he can be like a puppet kingdom of Neustria in
No.
Germany.
The proper way is we invite him to the Neustrian court, we give him a county, and then we declare for the Kingdom of Aragon. And before taking the kingdom, France declares itself an empire.
Ah, yeah,
Easy.
makes sense. Makes sense. And yeah, I guess that means we're gonna write a letter to both.
To both, okay?
Both, yeah. Just like generally detailing the situation, what is do this up at court, and that is distracted like some Sims.
Okay.
He's gathering a peasant rabble with hopeless delusions of one day reclaiming a throne, one day conquering a throne that doesn't belong.
It's just like third on the list of pretenders. Like the queen's like, I thought he wasn't a problem anymore. My legitimacy penalty has gone down. What the fuck?
Oh wow. But yeah, how long does it actually take to reach them?
Well, if you're willing to go through third and fourth hands, you can reach them within like a day or two, as it filters up through the courts and like nobles talking to each other. Because like you can't Skype someone in the court. The prince isn't gonna use Skype. That's disgusting and mortal, right? but like someone in the court does.
Yeah, but then information like bleed back, and he might start mauling if he like figures out that you're already moving against him. I don't think he's like quite outright hostile to us because he's like busy with his own stuff, probably.
Like,
But this is something
I mean,
that-
how is the post system in European countries? You can actually send just letters directly to the people responsible.
yeah, you can send letters,
Yeah, but
but like it's risky. Like all it takes is one fucker with suitsei to be like, "That's the letter. Open it." Oh. Safest way is a fake courier.
do we have that available? What's it in freehold?
Well, you
probably
can't
post
trust
something.
any of the locals. What I will
Yeah, we
let
need
you
to-
do is roll your title rating to see if you can have the prince send a courier to pick up the letters.
Sure, I guess.
My prince, you must
everyone-
urgently send a squire to carry a letter back to you.
Yeah, I guess that works. What's the roll?
Difficulty 6 title rating.
Just head writing. Okay.
Yes. So 40% chance of getting one. Actually, no, you have 2 titles. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm a knight. Take a proper knight.
Yeah. So he just okay. Does Stuttgart have an airport? Like, it's a pretty big city, I assume it would.
I know it has a train station, but I don't think that's quite the same. Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, it does.
Although, like, airports are
Back.
banality. Like, you can't airport. It's too boring.
Okay, but that's not more like an issue for the
Yeah, no.
area, not for us.
It's yeah. He tells you that by this time tomorrow the courier will be at your door.
All right.
So like 24 hours at most.
Okay, that works. Let us just ready it up. Oh, should we carry one other person just in case like so someone's probably gonna watch us now asleep again or something. Well, I guess I'll just carry them.
I mean, you can always leave the bodyguard to guard your library and house while you head to the camp.
That's true.
And you can tell him like, hey, these 2 letters, hand them over to the person who comes and gives you this password. Like, you can arrange a drop.
It's true, but can like he has no resistance basically against magic.
Like,
Okay,
unless
tricky.
you're carrying the letters with you, magic
yeah.
is gonna be a problem.
Well, yeah, that's my idea to just carry them on my person.
I mean, you can. Or you can write them when you get back from the camp. Like, Germany has autobahns, it's what, like 300-400 kilometers away, maybe, at most. So, like, that's 2.5-3 hours, maybe, given that some of it will be on, like, lesser roads. It's a day trip.
Yeah. But I guess the thing is just if anything happens, that like nobody will be here, which would probably look a bit bad.
And if you're fighting, like, nightmare things there, your driver is going to be of limited use with you anyway.
Well, yes, but he could like drive us somewhere where we are, or we can like recuperate. Yeah, I
Just
guess,
take him
I guess-
along as a retreat option.
Yeah, that's the idea. But yeah, we also have value being here. Like, what does the rest think?
No, I'll think about what.
A trip
Leave
to the
for-
camp. Leave the driver here or take him with.
No, we shouldn't take him too close, but it's kind of far away. Like how we would get there.
Car, autobahn.
Yeah, who can drive?
I can drive actually.
I can
Oh,
try.
if you can, yeah, it's fine.
Cool. Yeah, okay. If my also can drive it, I can like I guess do it in shifts. When it's super exhausted.
Okay, so leave him here.
Yeah.
Leave the letters with him.
I guess we have to, and hopefully like it's not important enough to mess with him.
Okay. Now, does Prince Alejandro have soothsay and does he sense the impending danger?
Come back like a house, like the house burnt down. Our like our bodyguard, just a child skeleton with like a with like a letter attached to it, and it just
All
says
the ancient tablets and scrolls burnt and smashed and arranged in the symbol of House Liam.
yes.
No, we come back, right? The door is like smashed in. On the ground is the body of the noble, our bodyguard with a cold iron dagger standing over it, covered in his blood. Sorry.
My weird grandpa gave me this dagger and told me that if I ever started hallucinating when someone was attacking me, to stab them with this. Okay, but he's staying here, the letters are with him, and you are
Yeah.
off.
Yep. I do want to like stop at some point and essentially put some magic on all of us, because that might be mighty useful.
Okay,
But yeah, like I'm gonna just try to like find like a quiet place where I can
yeah,
just
give me a witch stealth. To find a place where you won't be disturbed and won't cause a forest fire.
sure.
Okay, you're reasonably sure. Like, how cold was March in 22 in Germany? Do you remember?
I don't know.
I assume
wasn't-
there's still snow on the ground, right?
I haven't. Maybe this part of Germany, I don't know. But I haven't seen like snow much during that year.
Okay, so it's wet. It's not a lot of snow, but it's wet.
Yeah, wet-ish, I guess. Yeah.
So sure, you can. Oh, hold on. I think that's bugging out for bacon, but that's fine. So I assume you want to make a bunk involving fire to invoke your powers.
Yeah. Essentially, whoever gets enchanted gets to like step into the ring of fire.
Okay. Thing is, you need to do this indoors unless you're going to spend extra glamour. You don't have the forest glade level of scene.
What do you mean? First later was seen. I don't want to like I can just enchant like the people individually, which is actually easier because I want to go and put like the trigger on it, so everyone can like activate.
If you
the thing.
activate it individually, that's 100% legit.
Yeah. But I was like, I think if I do it like scene, I kind of like forced to activate it all at once, and people can't activate it individually. But yeah, it's gonna be more pain in the dick to roll. But yeah, what does everyone want? I can like offer soak and strength.
I think it was, wasn't it dodge for dragon spoils?
Dodge.
Or difficulty to hit you?
Yeah, difficult to hit, essentially. Goes down.
Soak, yes. Then we have the difficulty to hit you, and then we have, damage.
Yeah. Well, what does everyone want? Probably want to. Like, I'm not that good with that kind of stuff, so keep your wishes a bit moderate.
These are all chimerical, and you are going to be fighting chimeras, so presumably it's not going to be that.
I want confounding coils probably. Yeah.
Confounding coils, okay.
How much is the harder to hit you thing?
Confounding coils increases the difficulty by 2.
Okay. I think that would be probably statistically better than increasing my soak dice. So yeah, I'd go for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Dan, what about you?
What weapons do we use? I could probably buff the weapons.
You're gonna handle yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, but you don't have the time thing. What Redemer can do is buff you, and then you activate it when you speak a command word or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Lord Kadin to grant us strength. Okay, I wouldn't do that.
Like for Marinette, she probably has like some sort of dueling sword, I would say. And like a pistol.
She has a sword and a pistol, yeah.
wait, you guys have weapons? And know how to use them?
Yeah. Incredible, right? Also, I've addressed that question. Like, how I'm not sure how damage properly works in this. Like, what can be soak? Essentially, is my question.
It depends. Chimerical damage, I think you can soak both bashing and lethal.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a mortal weapon, you can just soak bashing. Unless you invoke the weird, in which case your chimerical form comes to the fore and you can also soak lethal.
Makes sense.
I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
You'll look it up when I'm busy stabbing you.
Okay. Reasonable. Very reasonable. Okay.
So, Burning Circle, it's pretty impressive, but you're using the same bunk with, I assume, little variation in rapid succession. So I'm going to give you -3 for the bunk on the first 2 castings, and after that it's going to be a -2.
I see. Well, that makes sense. That makes perfect
Dreaming doesn't like repetition that much.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, when it does like rituals though, some capacity.
And if you keep doing it this way, it'll go back up eventually, sure.
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
And you get +1 difficulty for it being a time effect as well.
Yeah. I'm aware. Basically, it was like an 8, I think.
Base was 8, so it goes to a 6. Or a 7 for the third and further castings.
Yeah. I'm gonna go and start off myself, present my methods. And I'm gonna go with the confounding coils. I think that's the most useful thing. Because, things hurt. I think the dice pool was like the art and like the lowest realm involved.
Yes. Or well, I think it's like the primary realm, so it would be Fey, even if you have a fuck ton of time. And if you use Scene, you would still get the full benefits of Fey, because those are modifier realms.
Okay.
I think the modifier ones are counted separately.
Okay. Let's go. 3. Suck on me. And I guess, a command word, a command of my choosing.
It doesn't have to be a command word. I just assuming
Yeah,
you
I
want it
know,
like
I
that.
know. I know, but it's a cool thing to do. I could do something boring, be like, I think it should activate. But yeah, that's not good enough for me.
May I recommend defenestration?
Sure.
That's when you throw someone out a window, Redemar.
I know. I'm familiar with like what the checks did.
You mean
Okay.
the Bohemians?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I guess we're gonna throw like someone out of the window. No, just kidding. But we're just gonna say we're under attack. I know. That seems good. Maybe Dream will protect me or something. Okay. And well, who wants to go first then? After me.
The squishy who doesn't have dots in fighting skills.
That seems reasonable.
Or alternatively, the higher ranking noble rank.
Poof. But yeah, okay. And then Bacon had difficulty. Top kick. Makes sense.
Why do you hate the butler?
This is interesting. You have to spend glamour if you use more than one realm, even if you're not cheating a realm.
Really? Didn't know that.
I'm looking at step by step. Because there's a cheat sheet in the book.
What page is it?
196 cantrips, step by step.
Including modifier rounds, I see.
Do you have Scene as well?
I do have seen, yeah.
Then it might be more economic to use an iron at once.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then you have to do it indoors because he doesn't have Glade for scene. He only has like the room one.
So everyone lights a cigarette inside the car.
Just burns down. Well, what do then? Like, we guess we could like try to find like a. We could try to find like a cave, like a really small one. Let's check like tourist stuff.
What about one of those places where you stop on the autobahn where there's just a toilet and nothing else?
I think that's pretty fun.
And draw a circle in lighter fluid inside a porta potty, right? Hold your breaths. This won't take long.
Disgusting.
Methane explosion for tragically dead. People discussing they must have been smoking in there.
I mean, yeah, they were French. They were probably smoking inside.
But yeah, I was thinking a cave like.
You would need to roll to find one. If you're using the internet, then Honestly, like intelligence computers.
Well, is anyone good at that?
Computers? No.
I know how to open the Netflix app on my smartphone.
Okay, so time to watch all documentaries about caves in Germany.
I
Maybe we'll be
do
successful.
think that this might be like you need it to be an actual constructed building anyway. Unfortunately.
Well, how much banality ridden are like abandoned buildings?
Depends on the building. Some of them are very low banality, like the really creepy ones.
Oh,
And
I
how
like
much
that.
scene do you have?
One.
Yeah, so
And it only says the within a small, discrete, enclosed area. I guess that the cave wouldn't really do.
We can just like put something in front of it.
That's
I mean,
true.
discrete area, we can do in the car.
No, yes, but we can't make like a fire in the car.
Well, we can.
But only once.
See, it will last for the whole thing. To get like a high modifier if we like burn ourselves in the process.
a mobile home, which is like, an RV, is counted as a second dot of scene thing.
So it's like a broom closet.
Yeah, I mean, an RV is pretty big, to be fair, compared to a normal car.
It is, but it's...
And a
I don't know.
garage. The first one says a garage would work, so a car should logically work.
That's not logical at all.
What? A car's smaller than a garage.
Okay,
the area
I like
inside
the...
is way smaller than an RV. Yeah?
So you keep driving and you keep turning off and going through like rundown towns that you hope are likely targets. So let's see, right? I think casting, yes, this is it. So, Radamer,
Yes.
it's that time of the story. Our first luck dice.
Okay. First luck die. Wish me luck. Let's go. Yes.
No.
Okay,
He has luck.
let's see. It's a 10. So I'm gonna say that you end up messing around for a while, and we already established that you get up at like noon, and this is March, so sunset is at about 6. So you finally find a perfect location that satisfies you in every way possible. It's gonna be like when you get to the camp, you're like maybe 5-10 minutes away. The sun is gonna be almost completely set. But you get to cast cantrip at exactly sunset in the perfect abandoned building, no banality interfering. Find a nice concrete floor in the basement, and you get to take an additional -1 on the difficulty because of the time of day.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's good. We hunt at night, where the real prize resides.
Okay. So now I need like actually have like a good roll for everyone. Let's go. Hey, there we go.
Okay. So, let's see. It's per realm used, right?
That for extra realm, I think. What was it?
Cast there.
For any weird cantrip, adds an additional glamour if she uses more than one realm or cheats a realm. So that's like 2.
I think that you roll. Okay, let's count up. -3, right? And additional -1 for the time of day. I think
Yeah, but
you.
I take a +1 for the time.
Yes, but you're also using scene, and that's an additional +1.
No,
You
it
should
is.
be rolling at a 6.
Okay. Well, no.
F.
F indeed.
Come on. Ah, good enough.
Okay.
If the fight takes longer than that, we're probably dead anyways.
Three turns of well, actually it's 9 turns, right? Because you're using time, and the first level time threefolds it anyway. Unless we want to use
Yeah.
unless we want to rule that using different levels of time is separate difficulty buffs, which I guess makes some sense, but it's a bit much.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Let's see.
So yeah, like 9 turns, I think.
Yeah, it's tripled. 9 turns, so that is fine. For 2 glamour.
It's worthwhile.
It really do be.
So yeah, 9 turns of buffs, or once you utter the command word. And what's the command word, Redemar?
It's more a command word, a command phrase. Made it dreaming, protect us.
Okay. Don't accidentally say it.
Well, what are the chances?
Okay. And then you continue towards the camp. Now, the camp is open to visitation, and there's even tours in German for free, but it's gonna close pretty soon. Do you wish to go in at night once it's closed, or do you want to try and get in while it's open?
I mean, if we go in while it's closed, we would have to like hide somewhere. On the other hand, it would save us trouble of, I guess like sneaking in. But another question, like how, like there's probably not much security, right? Probably not looking too closely.
There are a couple of cameras. Like, from what I understand, Germany still has like neo-Nazis or Nazi sympathizers, so a Holocaust memorial has to be secured.
I guess that's fair. Actually, couldn't we like go and like try to lure them?
You could go in and see if there's anything that can be lured outside.
Yeah, I mean, let's try that.
Okay, so as you walk in, as the sun is setting and lights are coming on, the lady at the entrance is gonna tell you, just, museum is closing in half an hour.
Don't worry, if you want I can distract her.
And you walk in. So the camp has, I didn't download a picture because I didn't find a good one, but it has like 4 or 5 barracks surrounding like an open square. So as you walk in and look at the square, you see that there are maybe like 4 or 5 chimera that you can see already, and well, we can use this map as well. I'll show you what they look like.
It's just Hans.
It's Hans, 100 years later, yes. And it's actually a perfect place to stop once I finish this description, probably. So you see 4 of them, with a 5th one watching over the proceedings, and they're acting as if they're grabbing something invisible and dragging it towards one of the buildings. Like 2 pairs of them, each dragging something that you can't see, except for Marinette. Marinette, you can see 2 ghosts that have been grabbed by these chimera, which have been dressed in the prisoner outfits of the era the outfits themselves glimmering with a chimerical reality that seems muted since it's been injected into the Shadowlands in some way. And they are dragging these two ghosts towards the building labeled as showers.
Marinette's disturbed by that. She's visibly shaken.
One important question: would that be enough to trigger my flashbacks, seeing the enemy soldiers in front of me?
Not yet, for drama's sake. I'll read a flashback specifically for the next time, and I will fuck you at an appropriate moment.
Good. That's what all I wished.
Okay, but yes, the camp has dreams of soldiers of a particularly dark bent reenacting a particularly dark events on ghosts. So Dan, how does that make you feel?
Well, she's not gonna be sane after this. It's gonna take a long night's sleep for her to get rid of this. She's shaking.
Okay. Naxi, I'm so happy we did reach the trigger warning I warned you about before.
Yeah, I think I saw this as a B horror movie once.
Okay, what are your thoughts in general?
I like Meinhardt. The rest not so much.
Okay. Redemer.
Yes. Well, my thoughts. Well, it was pretty interesting to get to the cut. I did enjoy it a lot, despite Aaron being that kind of a dick. I mean, I guess like they have a good reason for it, and even if they didn't personally dislike us, it's still good for them to keep our appearances. So kind of expected. Pleasant surprise was Meinhardt, to be honest. I know he's like putting his business interest before his I hate the French kind of vibe, but still appreciate it.
There's always one in every court.
Yep.
Okay, and Bacon.
Well, that was very enjoyable. I missed this kind of World of Darkness, just walking into the equivalent of an Elysium and getting fucked by random people that you don't know and you probably won't even care to properly know in the future. It was very enjoyable. Sadly, couldn't really sleep that much, so after the second hour I was kind of not really there anymore. Should have gone to grab some coffee. But very enjoyable session.
Okay, excellent. Next time, you get to fight Nazis.
I see you've been inspired by the new writing. You need to
Yes, exactly. The Nazi needs to lose before the end, of course. That's why I'm gonna kill you, Retimer. I can see which way your character is leading. I've read about your house.
Come on, you can't be that offensive. Look, he's African. He can't be bad.
Wow!
What is this horror on the XC?
He's a chocolate king.
Look, the banana is the gift we hunted, and
Yeah.
that's your smile you gave him if you see your successes.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's leave it there, and next time you can figure out how to handle the situation.
Don't worry, I can't distract the people of the museum with my flashbacks. I can just lie. I had a great uncle that died here. I still have I still can remember the stories told by my family like they are happening today right in front of me.
Sure, we'll see how that works out. Okay, well, say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.